Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, two of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune in to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder.
Welcome to Woodward Nights. My name is, Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder.
Thank you,
My
Booner.
name is Booner, joined by Matthew Broder, as always. Jalen and Nick in the TD booth. Boys, this is our Detroit Lions pregame show today.
This is it.
This is Woodward Nights Lions, and we got Lucas in the building as well, by the way. No, he's doing hawk noises. We wanted dog barks. We wanted barks.
Whoa.
There we go.
There we go.
We appreciate you all tuning in. Though, make sure you guys hit that like button if you haven't already. Tell a friend about the show here, 8 to 10. We've got a packed show here.
It's gonna be so much fun tonight.
We've got the giveaway. We're doing the giveaway tonight at 9:40. We're gonna give that away. We already, I don't know if we know the winner yet, but we may or may not.
Do you know it?
I might. I have insider information, as always.
Oh,
I know
boy.
you usually are the one with the insider information. I have insider information. So you guys want to stick around for that if you guys did already submit for that.
9:40.
9:40.
We're announcing the 9:40 segment, somewhere between 9:40 and 9:50. I hope you guys are all here.
Yes.
The rules were follow, subscribe, or actually you already picked it, so there's no need in pointing out the rules.
Tough. We should have waited. But still, make sure you guys stay tuned in so you know. And in the future, too, we're probably going to do another one after Thursday Night Football. We're going to keep doing giveaways on Woodward Sports social pages. Make sure you guys tune into that. But the rundown for today, people.
Tell them.
We've got a packed show. At 8:15, we're going right into the Green Bay Packers. We're going to break down the game instantly. We're going to talk about it, how we feel about it. Are we confident? Is it a must-win for the Detroit Lions? All of that. That's 8:15. 8:30, the one, the only, Brandon Dent, a.k.a. Detroit Kool-Aid, will join the show to talk about his Detroit Lions. I think there's two things we're going to do each week. One, Kool-Aid's going to have a segment each week at some point throughout the week. Number two, on the day before game days, like Fridays usually, we're going to have another Woodward Sports personality on to give their prediction and breakdown of the game and their score prediction. So we will have that. Kool-Aid will be coming in to do that, to give his prediction. 8:45, Aiden Hutchinson, we're one NFL Defensive Player of the Week. We're going to talk about that again. I know we talked Hutch yesterday. I have new questions for this and the defensive line. We're going to do it at 8:45. 9 o'clock, Detroit Lions defense, Packers offense breakdown. 9:15, flop it. We're going to talk the opposite there at 9:15. 9:30, this is for the people.
Uh-oh.
We're taking callers to get score predictions and to talk about the game in Green Bay, baby. And 9:40, we're going to have our score predictions for the game, the giveaway.
Which is a Sam Laporta jersey.
Sam Laporta jersey.
Arguably the best rookie in the
Yes.
entire NFL. I know he's got some competition on the offensive side of the ball, but Sam Laporta jersey, this is a good one to give. It's the first time in years. Like, there are multiple Lions players that have jerseys I would want. Laporta is one of them. It's a great
Branch, Jameer Gibbs. I would like some of the rookies, man.
St. Brown.
So yeah, make sure you guys turn that for that. 9:50 as always. We'll do mailbag to end the show there. But we've got a very, very packed show, Broder. I'm pumped.
Dude, it's going to be fun.
And then tomorrow, obviously, all the Detroit Lions stuff. We obviously tomorrow will not be live from 8 to 10 with the pregame and the show going on. The streams, everything will be going on.
So tune into Woodward Sports. Tune into the
Yes.
network. Unfortunately, you won't see us in these chairs. You will see Booner.
I will be in this chair.
He's a big part of the Lions pregame, live stream, maybe not postgame, but there is a postgame with Stick and Maz and Ants, and it's fun. You guys, if you're up, if you're awake, if you can make it.
I think Nick will be doing sound there, so he'll be taking callers and doing sound for the postgame.
Yes, sir. Make sure to check it out. We're going to celebrate our second home victory of the year, hopefully. Let's do it, baby.
Home?
That's what I'm talking about.
Second
KT
away
will still be watching Woodward Sports.
Okay, yeah, man, you mixed that up a little bit. I did hear home. But let's get started here, fellas. Kind of trending topics, things that happen around just the world of sports today. Breaking news, huge news. Damian Lillard, fellas, gets traded from the Portland Trailblazers in a 3-team trade. Look at that, 3-team trade with Milwaukee, Portland, and the Phoenix Suns. The Bucks get Damian Lillard. Portland gets Drew Holiday, DeAndre Ayton. I can't read that other name there. It's really small.
I got you. It's Tubani Kamara.
There we go. And then a 2029, I believe, first round pick. It looks like. Phoenix gets Grayson Allen, Nurkic. Nasir Little. I hope I pronounced it right. And
Yeah.
what is that last? I can't
Keon
see.
Johnson.
I might need glasses.
You
boys.
might. Booner.
Oh
2020
my gosh, I might need
not
glasses.
close.
That is not good.
I think, too, Portland also got like 2028 and 2030 unprotected pick swaps with Milwaukee and Phoenix or one or the other on flip years. So
I did see that.
they're getting assets.
I think Bucks got good.
They got an assassin. They got everything that you lack. Actually, the only thing that you lack with Giannis Antetokounmpo is his clutchness. He's not the best shooter yet. He does improve each and every year, I should say. He's not the best free throw shooter. He's not the best shooter. So they needed that killer.
They needed that second guy. I know Chris Middleton was that second guy for a while, but now your second guy technically is Damian Lillard, who's the number one on almost any other team as well. So you have like two number ones. You have Chris Middleton, who's like he's an all-star in the NBA right now, who's a great three-man to have. So you have that trio there. I like the Bucks, dude. I love that team. I know Jalen too. I know you said you were a little upset that Drew Holiday, which I do get it, because that's like getting rid of like a Draymond or something on the Warriors. But
I mean,
if Dame Lillard, Drew Holiday, you have to do it.
Well, I gave my jersey away, but I'm a little upset though, because like I know Drew wanted to be a Buck for life, but then again though, Middleton stays healthy though, I think they can be a threat, because if he's there's 82 games, he plays like 60 at least. They'll be straight. And before I leave, if also the jersey,
address
it. But like this is the Martin Payne jersey, like it's on our way around. Can you see the back?
Yeah.
So Martin Payne.
Yeah.
That's from Martin, the show Martin Lawrence's show. What station it used to be on?
Man, it used to be on, I don't know, back in the day. I was in the 90s, man. Probably like UPN, I don't know, Channel 50 maybe? I don't know.
That's awesome. There's a great name, Calvin Cambridge, Coach Carter, Friday Night Lights. Good options there.
Oh, yeah.
It looks like people won. Martin Payne, 39%.
39%.
There's no way they guessed that. Somebody leaked that.
I might have put it in the chat. I'm just kidding. No, I didn't. I wouldn't do that to you.
Coach Walk, I agreed with you. It's a great trade for everyone involved. You don't see that too often.
The only thing I thought of instantly, in first initial thoughts, I like kind of like in trades, like, all right, what does this mean? Right away, I was like, the Bucks they could win multiple championships with those three. That's
a missing piece. That's a puzzle fitter.
Yeah, that's a team. They're instantly, like, if you saw the odds on FanDuel or like any sports betting, they instantly became the favorites.
Wow.
They went from like, I think it was like plus 600, plus 900, all the way up, right up to plus 350. And every sports book, they're the favorite right now.
Every single sports book.
So right when I saw this trade happen and it came across my phone, I was like, they're gonna go back to back. I bet you this is the next team that goes back to back.
Hey, that'd be fun to watch. One of my favorite players, Drew Holiday. Is he expected to be bought out? Like, is he going to stay in Portland?
Traded.
He's getting traded to Portland.
Alerts are showing that instantly. He's in Portland. Portland wants to move him right away.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
won't
he's not going to be a long-term
Portland.
piece
He's
for
not
them.
playing at all.
I bet you Celtics are here are the two. I think
Celtics would be
Celtics are the
nasty.
number one.
They
just got rid of Marcus Smart. They don't really have that dude at the one. Unless I'm missing someone, I don't know.
No, they got Brogdon over there and Derek White. If he goes there, they're my pick out the East over
Brogdon, though, the thing is with Brogdon is he could play the two, and he was a six man basically last year. So
they're tough. Those two, you would not want to go. You won't want to be a guard that plays the Celtics. Jaylen Brown's a great defender too. He's one of the best in the NBA. I think he might have been first team all NBA defense, first or second.
Jaylen Brown was getting cooked a little bit in the playoffs.
If Drew goes there, is he that's a number one team though? If Drew goes there,
yeah,
I think so, right?
Drew's one of the best defenders.
It'll be close though, because then the Bucks. It's going to be the Bucks and the Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Again,
that would be unreal.
It'd be nice.
Next thing here on the thing that we have, we can talk about this a little bit. I know we don't really have the video for it. We weren't sure if we were allowed to play a video, Broder, but the Sam Laporte. I watched the podcast as well. The Kelsey brothers have a podcast.
Yeah, I just thought it was cool. I was watching it this morning, and Jason Kelsey and Travis Kelsey. Jason's the center for Philadelphia. Travis is the tight end for Taylor Swift. And they were talking. They give their new heights pick of the week, and Travis Kelsey picked Sam Laporta.
He did, and good explanation on it too.
Yeah, it was. And you can tell him. I was just gonna say it's cool. One of the best tight ends of all time gets to pick Sam Laporta, this rookie that we're so high on in Detroit. Other people are seeing it. One of the best tight ends in the NFL is seeing what he's doing, talks about breaking his records. Pretty cool.
Yeah, no, he said he was like, I think that he has a chance to break all of Kyle Pitt's rookie records. He was legit, like...
Can't forget about Mike Ditka. when he said Kyle Pitts, I was like, wait, really? Kyle Pitts has the record? It's Ditka.
It's Ditka. I think maybe
by like a 50 yards.
I think
in
maybe that was
14
the
games.
receptions one that he was talking about.
Maybe
Kyle Pitts reception owns the record for most receptions by a rookie tight end.
Maybe.
So I think that was the one, and I think he beats it. And the fact that the best tight end in the league and best tight end of all time came out and was like, "Yeah, no, Sam Laporta's going to beat that record," and he's a dog.
Yeah.
People hate when I say dog. I'm going to say it more now because people hate it. He's a dog.
Is Woodward and Maine a dog?
A dog, yes. Let me tell you about Woodward and Maine.
Dogs.
Look at that. The Woodward Sports Lions Insider Show, yes, hosted by Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matthew Broder, and Terry Foster. Tuesdays from 7 to 8 a.m. and typically Sundays from 8 to 9 a.m. But guess what? It's tomorrow morning, 7 to 8 a.m. It's game day tomorrow. We're locked in. Game day tomorrow, 7 to 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. Make sure for all the Lions insider information for the game, injuries, all that. I know we're going to talk a little bit about it tonight, but things change tomorrow. So tune in tomorrow on the Woodward Sports YouTube channel.
I'll see you in just a couple short hours.
Yeah, Broder, I'll be up there too. I'm going to be up at like 5 tomorrow anyway. So
Out here grinding.
oh yes.
Do you see that Lions injury report today?
I did.
Got some decent news. I mean,
I think it was all positive, right?
it was sort of what was as expected. And Jalen, if you could throw that up, that'd be amazing. Sort of what was as expected and questionable. Again, we can speculate all we want. Taylor Decker, Jonah Jackson, Kirby Joseph. Ooh, any chance? And it's okay if you can't. Can you like put it to the other side?
Top right.
I gotcha.
Top right, bottom right, whatever. You're getting good at this, Jalen.
Yeah, you are.
The names that stand out to me, Taylor Decker and David Montgomery, they're two that I expect to play tomorrow. I sort of expect to see Taylor Decker more. I don't know if they're playing games or playing mind games with the David Montgomery being questionable, but maybe we do see him out there.
I think there is a lot of mind games going on, especially you see Emmanuel Mosley on there, questionable. Kirby Joseph was someone who really they looked at, and Dan Campbell came out and was like, I don't know if he'll be ready to go. So he's questionable. I think that's more of a mind games thing. If you do think about it last week, though, all the players I'm pretty sure that were questionable, they all played.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that all of these guys are going to play, but I know Taylor Decker is going to play.
Yeah.
I know David Montgomery will play. The ones to me up in the air is I know Jonah Jackson will play. Kirby Joseph and Emmanuel Mosley, those are the two to me.
Yeah, I doubt Kirby Joseph is going to play and Emmanuel Mosley too. Everyone in the chat, of the 5 that are questionable, let us know which is the one player you want to play the most in tomorrow's game. For me, actually, that's not a question we have, is it? We'll see. I won't give away what I feel, but those are all names you really want. They're all contributors to the team. So obviously we haven't seen Emmanuel Mosley yet. He's one we expect big things out of, but the other 4.
Yeah, and we do have the Green Bay Packers.
Oh, yeah.
I threw that in there. Jalen, do you have that one as well, that tweet from one of the Green Bay Packers beat reporters? He put out who's in and who's out for tomorrow. There it is right there, Packers injury report for tomorrow.
That's big.
Out tomorrow. So if you guys look at it here, the starting left guard and starting left tackle are both out tomorrow.
And those are 2 great offensive linemen.
And then Devondre Campbell out, starting linebacker out. Zane Anderson, I don't think he's a starter. I think he's the kind of guy off the bench. He's out as well. But the questionable ones, I think they're playing games as well because from what I've heard, players in the locker room. This was a story I read today on ESPN or some network, but they said someone put out a report. It might have been a Packers beat reporter that said players in the locker room accidentally gave away that Aaron Jones and Jair Alexander were playing.
Are gonna play,
and they were trying to keep it. Like Matt LaFleur and them were trying to keep it in house, and some people accidentally slipped. So
interesting.
That was something I don't know how true that is, but I would guess Jair Alexander, Aaron Jones both play, which are huge for the Packers.
Yeah, I've had in my head. I think they're doing with Aaron Jones what the Lions might be doing with David Montgomery, holding him out of last Sunday. Just a couple short days ago, this past Sunday against the Falcons, the Green Bay Packers were playing the Saints, holding them out for that Sunday game so they can be ready for the first. Actually, it'll be the Packers' second one, but the Lions' first in-division game when they head to Lambeau tomorrow night.
Yes.
At 8:15.
And what we're gonna go to break real quick. When we come back, we're gonna kind of just give our initial thoughts on this game, the Packers breakdown a little bit, and make sure you guys stay around. 8:30.
8:30.
Detroit Kool-Aid just walked in the room, so he will be on at 8:30. He's going to give his breakdown a little bit of the game at 8:30 and talk about his Lions score predictions. I'm pumped. Kool-Aid's getting. I texted him last night. I said, "Hey, you're coming on once a week at least."
Is this true, Phil? Did the Heavies? Can someone in here confirm? Did the Heavies pick Green Bay to win?
No.
Is this
No,
true?
they were talking up their run game though.
Okay, well,
Gotcha.
if that's
Alright.
true, we should get a clip and we should post, or we should play
Yeah.
it when we do our score predictions.
I
But
have
before
a clip.
that, if you want to tell us about Academy of War.
Yes, sir. At Academy of Warren, they have a brand new state-of-the-art Sports Dome field house that has a regulation basketball court, volleyball court, and soccer field. Also can be used for 7-on-7 football with grades K through 8 that features AM and PM latchkey, small classroom sizes, Learning Street, futuristic media center, free breakfast and lunch, Houghton Mifflin curriculum, academic games, and K through 8 athletics. They are now accepting new enrollment. Go to theacademyofwarren.net.
Woodward Sports own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune in to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot off the press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
It's the Randy Wise Celebrity Golf Tour.
You're a good coach, Tim. Oh, great shot.
Some of the biggest names in Michigan sports, and some, well, not so much.
Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, shit. Go in.
Watch episodes at woodwardsports.com.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, two of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune in to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder.
All right, let's talk about Outdoor Equipment Company real quick, everybody. The official equipment provider of the Woodward Sports Network. Yes, that is right. Michigan-grown, family-owned, bad boy mowers, tractor style, handhelds, and even weed whippers, Liberty trailers, generic generators, snowplows, salter, anything that you need, Outdoor Equipment has it all. If you need a tractor, go get a tractor right now. Even though it's the winter coming. Well, I guess you can snowplow, go get a tractor. You buy it, rent it, 0% financing, delivery to your doorstep, OutdoorEquipCo.com. Again, look at right on the screen, OutdoorEquipCo.com. Go get yourself a nice tractor. All right,
We're back.
We're back, baby.
Oh, let's go.
Look at that, outdoor behind us now, baby. Welcome back to Woodward Sports. This is Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. My name is Booner. With Broder, as always, Jalen and Nick in the TD booth, in the sound booth. We're going to get going here. We're going to talk Green Bay Packers, baby. We're right into it. This is our pregame show. So, Broder, coming to you.
Dude.
Lions Insider. You know all the inside information. We want you to share everything with us.
Here's a stat. that
Everything.
Everybody knows. The Lions have won the last 3 games against Green Bay. So they got a little bit momentum. The overall series, I don't even know what it is. The Green Bay Packers definitely have the Lions' numbers. But as of late, the Lions have had theirs. They went into Lambeau last year to end the season, knocking Aaron Rodgers out of Green Bay. Kirby Joseph picked off his last ever completed pass, obviously to the wrong team. But no, this is a big game that's happening early in this season that maybe we didn't expect to be this big. Although every division game is big. The Packers already week 1 they beat the Chicago Bears. They have a chance to go up 2-0 in the division. Yeah, the Bears are trash, but they have a chance to go up 2-0 in the division. This is the Lions' first in-division test. They have most of their games at the end of the season. And so the Packers, they've been used to this view from the top of the NFC North for years. The Lions are a team on the rise. They feel like they're trying to live up to the idea that they're the kings of the jungle, that they're the next ones in line. And this game in Lambeau, in Green Bay, at Lambeau, it's a statement for them. I won't go as far to say it's a must-win, but it's mega important.
I almost want to say it's a must-win.
It's almost.
Because when you really break this down, the Detroit Lions in the last year has been, like, going into this season, the expectations has been you need to win the NFC North. You just went 8-2 to the end last year. You're expected to win the NFC North this year. The Bears, down, trash. The Packers, they lost a Hall of Fame quarterback, and they have a guy who's only started, 4 or 5 games right as of now?
Yeah.
He's never started in the NFL until this year. And then you have the Vikings, who are basically selling everyone. They sold their whole defense. This is the time for the Detroit Lions to have, for 40 years, You have been the laughing stock of the NFL, not even just the NFC or the NFL, the NFC North. You've had chances to win it, and you've blown those. This is the year to where it's like, all right, it is time to finally take over, not just take over for 1 year, but to solidify and cement yourself as the next rightful owner of the NFC North.
Without a doubt.
That's exactly how I look at this game right now. And I think, like you said, we've won the last 3 matchups. Jared Goff is 4-1 versus the Packers. This man... He knows what to do, whether it's in Lambeau, whether it's in Detroit, whatever it is. This man knows how to win versus this team. It doesn't matter if there's a Hall of Fame court, none of that. They need to go in there and they need to make a statement in the NFC North, because who's the second best team in the NFC North right now, everyone?
The Packers.
The Green Bay Packers. And we all know that. Vikings, Bears, out of it. You make a statement that you're that next team up for the next 4 or 5 years, and tomorrow is that day you make that statement.
To make it a little different. Everyone is like thinking that Jordan Love is like this, next coming of Aaron Rodgers. They had Brett Favre, they had A-Rod, so they're already assuming that he's gonna come out here and have that legacy career, and they're putting him super high. They haven't done anything yet.
Exactly.
I mean, we haven't either, give or take, but they haven't done a thing yet. So for me, it's like, the expectations are just super, super high for them, and I think the Lions are going to humble, Green Bay.
Jalen, that's a great point too. And Broder, correct me if I'm wrong. When you have a chance as well as Jordan Love is expected to be that guy, like Jalen said, right?
Right, 100%.
You have a chance to shut that down quick in the NFC North. You have a chance to really go into Lambeau, that defense to dominate Jordan Love, and make it to where the Green Bay Packers, their front office goes, hey, maybe Jordan Love isn't that guy to win the NFC North.
That's what
maybe
you can do.
He can't do it.
If you make him look like Desmond Ridder last week, and that's really the goal. And Jordan Love, I do believe, is better than Desmond Ridder. I think that the Packers are a team that people need to start taking seriously. I don't know if they're the real deal yet, but I think they're not as bad as I expected going into this year. The Packers, their defense is very good. Quay Walker's a budding star, and Jordan Love has surprised me. I know he has not proved himself yet. I'm not gonna lie there, but he looks all right. He looks like he's at least on that trajectory to take over admirably for Aaron Rodgers. I don't know if he'll reach that level, but he's got some tools, and he looks at least a little bit poised, more than I expected in Game 5.
Yeah, and I had it here. Like, I went back and watched that Green Bay game today. I just wanted to see how Jordan Love played. And all the way up until the fourth quarter, really, the last 2 drives, he wasn't out there making a ton of play. Like, he really wasn't. And I understand his QBR is good, all of that. The Saints defense was stopping Jordan Love. They were putting pressure on him, and he didn't know what to do. Every single time there was a little bit of pressure, it barely could have. They were a foot from him. Just like we talked about Aiden Hutchinson, 18 pressures. Yeah. That was what they were doing to him, and his legs were all wobbly. He was falling around. He didn't know what to do. And on top of that, one of their drives that they went and scored a touchdown, they had 70 yards for pass interference, 2 different pass interference calls.
Both times.
So, like, really break that down. He had one really good drive that took him down there to go score a touchdown at the end of the game to obviously put them in the lead. I will give him his respect for that last drive to take the lead. I 100%. He
That's
looked
real.
good.
That's real. Like that. Not any quarterback can do that.
No,
I'm not saying he looked incredible. He didn't look like Patrick Mahomes. Yeah, you can definitely stop him.
The Saints showed that you can dominate.
Carr got hurt too, by the way.
Yes,
they weren't going to win that game if Carr doesn't get hurt.
Yeah, but that has nothing to do with the defense. The Saints' defense is nasty, and that's who Jordan Love had to go against.
Packers' defense too, fellas. I didn't realize this until I watched the game back. They only gave 10 points up. Really, they gave up 10 points.
Yeah,
the Packers scored on a punt return. So that defense, we're going to talk about the defense to our offense and break that down. I have some stats. I have some things to talk about. But that Packers defense, Broder, like you said, they're no joke.
They're no joke. They got players. And I was trolling around, I should say, Packers Twitter, various forums, beat writers for the Green Bay Packers, and there's a theme going on that they feel like they're getting healthy. They think they've looked uglier in these last couple of weeks because they've been missing some of these pieces, and that they're set up now with Aaron Jones coming back, Christian Watson coming back, maybe Jair Alexander. But dude, so have the Lions. The Lions they have 8 or 9 contributors, if not starters. There are 5 or 6 starters that are injured. So one of the teams, both are getting a little bit healthier going into this Thursday game, and it's going to be a dogfight. It's going to be a classic NFC North showdown. And Thursday night football games have been bad, but I think we're in store for a great one tomorrow. And you guys, I encourage everybody around the nation to watch, because Thursday Night Football next week is the Bears at the Commanders.
Oh, I don't even know Commanders.
The week after that, the Broncos at the Chiefs.
God.
There's a decent one snuck in there, Jaguars and Saints. That's okay. But then after that, we got Panthers versus the Bears.
I don't even know about the Jags anymore, man.
Yeah, you never know. And Saints without Derek Carr, you never know.
Yeah.
This could be a stretch of another year of horrible, horrible Thursday Night Football games. But the Packers and Lions get 2 of them. I'm hoping the Lions blow them out and it's not a close game. But I think it's going to be a good game.
I really do, though, Broder. I don't know what it is. There's something in the chat. Can we do a chat poll and just say, is this a must-win game for the Detroit Lions? And I know we could say that every week, and you can find a way to say that and make an excuse. But just with this NFC North talk, for it to be opening that, when you started it 1-1 and all of the talk of the Seahawks game, and you get this win versus the Falcons, it feels like to me there's still that void to where there's still some fans out there who don't feel like this is a real football team yet. That's like taking that next step.
The Lions.
Yeah, and if you go into Lambeau Field and you should prove you start the season 2-0 on the road at Lambeau and at Arrowhead, I think that changes your whole season. I don't know what it is, and I think it's just that mentality, and I think it's like that pressure kind of lifts off. Like we can win any game we want.
And being 3-1 so early in the season, that sets everything else up. That
makes you feel comfortable.
Allows you a cushion for a flop, a Carolina Panthers type game, which no one wants. But it's the NFL. That happens. They're gonna lose more games.
And I could be way off. Andrew Jones in here, not a must-win. I think it goes any ways. Some people I expect to win. I do too. I just think it's such a vital game in the NFC North that you set the tone for the next. This is like an NFC North game. You set the tone for the next few years.
Do you think Dame Lillard and Giannis Antetokounmpo are going to be there?
Oh, that's a good question. They probably will.
For you, Chris Platty.
Chucking beers.
That one was for you, Chris.
Nick, do you have something about this game?
Yeah, I think we need to win this game because if not, I could see Love going on that upper echelon trajectory, which we do not want him to do. And to make him not go on that, we need to install fear into Jordan Love's eyes, get to him early, make him look like the bad quarterback that I believe he is.
How about this? Steve Lehman in the chat says, absolutely a must-win. This helps shift the momentum in our favor. This will cement the brand new Lions. Oh, going fast now. We've been in positions like this and have shit the bed. Establish dominance.
Big
dominance.
facts.
Establish dominance.
No, Nova here. Same thing. Nova G the one, a.k.a. Gouda. Great. I don't know what that is, but let's
Gouda
go.
cheese,
Gouda
like the
cheese.
cheese.
That's
Gouda
what I
cheese?
thought. You know,
Yeah.
I've got a little stomach on me. I love Gouda cheese.
Stacking that cheddar. I like that other cheese.
Gouda basically said the same thing I said. I feel like it is a bit deeper than just the season for the Packers. We cannot allow the Packers nation to have Jordan Love one in the offense against the Detroit Lions until Thanksgiving. We have to shut them down. So I think everyone kind of agrees with me on this. It's like, number one is, well, I didn't even mention this. This is your toughest NFC North game on the road at Lambeau.
Yes.
Toughest one.
For the entire
Lucas
season.
is over here looking at me, shaking his head no. What, is the at Chicago harder? No, they're trash. At Minnesota, that defense, trash. We're going to throw 40 points up against them in Minneapolis. Promise you that. Yeah, Lucas is over here saying, Booner, you know a lot of ball.
It's true. It's
It
true. They
is.
got to get used to playing the Packers on Thursday night because the next time they face them will be on Thanksgiving.
It will be. But coming up next, the one, the only, Brandon Dett, Kool-Aid, Detroit
Let's
Pistons
go.
reporter for Woodward Sports. Broder, if you want to tell us though about Mark White before we get into that.
Come right back for this interview with Kool-Aid. But Mark White Real Estate, when you're buying or selling real estate, flexibility and control over the sales process is key. So sellers, how would you like the opportunity of canceling your listing agreement at any time for any reason with no penalty? Well, that's exactly what you can do with the Mark White minute-by-minute agreement. Try Mark White's risk-free minute-by-minute listing agreement today. So if you're looking to buy or sell real estate, visit markwhitesells.com or call 248-290-8242. Again, that's markwhitesells.com, where flexibility meets success.
Woodward and Main Street. The Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions Show. Let's go! Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Just in time for football, Glorious Cannabis is dropping an ice water bubble hash infused pre-roll called Honolulu Blue. It smells so good, it's like the whiff of the first playoff win in 31 years. It's a gassy, aggressive strain named in the honor of Detroit football. If you haven't had one of these ice water pre-rolls, you are missing out. So smooth. Find them at Dispo Dispensary for 25% off. Code word Woodward Glorious. Find it at www.gloriouscanna.com.
Yeah, Nick.
All right, welcome back to Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. I love when Nick does the ad read. He kills it. Like I said, he practices it before every single show.
It's getting better each and every time.
Every time. I don't think he needs to practice anymore. I think he just knocks it out. But my name is Booner, joined as always with Matthew Broder, Detroit Lions beat reporter, Jalen in the TD booth, Nick in the sound booth. Make sure you guys, if you guys haven't already, hit that like button for us. Let's get those likes up today for our Detroit Lions pregame show right now. This is our pregame show. Appreciate you all tuning in. But now, the moment we've all been waiting for. Brandon Dent, a.k.a. Detroit Kool-Aid.
Hey,
there he is.
Look at Lucas, man. Hey, let's rock, man.
Oh,
y'all not pumped up enough. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go. Hey, look.
Is that a Barry jersey?
Come on. Let's rock.
Wow.
Oh, he's got the Barry
Let's
jersey.
rock.
Let's go, Kool-Aid.
Gotta get pumped up.
Can we get you? You want to wear the helmet today?
Hey, let's wear the helmet.
Let's go, Kool-Aid. Rock the helmet and the Barry jersey. I love it.
So again, this is Brandon Dent, a.k.a. Detroit Kool-Aid. He is Woodward Sports Network beat writer covering the Detroit Pistons. That's a big helmet you got on. He does amazing work covering the Detroit Pistons. He does know his football, though. He knows his football. Dude, we're so excited to have you here. Look at that. Look at that thing.
A little bit, man. Look, I love football. You know, Detroit Kool-Aid, I think about, I don't know how many years ago, when Kelly B. Hall was her name at the time. She had some interesting things to say about the Pistons. I mean, about the fans. Now I'm in Pistons mode already. Booing Matthew Stafford because he was throwing some pretty wild interceptions, and it cost us a playoff spot.
Yeah.
And she was like, yo, I don't know why the fans, you wouldn't know that we were playing at home. The way that the fans are booing, I said you wouldn't know that Stafford plays for the Lions the way he keeps throwing to the other team. That was the start of Kool-Aid, and Lions was it. It was everything, bro. That was everything until like 3 years ago when Woodward Sports was like, hey, you know ball too, though, basketball. So, look, Lions, that's the passion, bro. That's the passion.
That's the passion. I love to hear
go.
it.
I do. And you know what? A lot of people don't know that Kool-Aid, like, he obviously the Detroit Pistons beat reporter for us. No, he loves Lions. We talk about it all the time, even in like Sundays when we're in here for the watch party. Me, him, and Lucas stay after a little bit, just talking Lions.
Kool-Aid knows his stuff.
He does, and that's why I was like, we need to get Kool-Aid on the show.
Great
call.
Kind of
go over this. So Kool-Aid,
yes, sir.
First initial question here with the Detroit Lions, because we haven't had you on the show yet. What are your thoughts of the start of the season so far? How are you feeling? Are you confident still, or has it gone back a little bit from the start of the season?
No, confident, man. Confident. I think that the Lions realize they cost themselves a chance to be 3-0. Right?
Yep.
They should be 3-0. Clean game, and they're 3-0, despite their mistakes. And that's what I wanted to see out of the Lions for I don't know how long. A team that you can go out there and honestly, the way that they rebounded against the Falcons, bro, they shut them down.
Yep.
All we heard coming into that game was Bijan Robinson, and I swear he's still looking for his helmet. Does anybody know where it went?
I think
Brian Branch smacked him, bro, and
wild.
That's what I'm talking about. So it's like to see them go out there and actually enforce their strengths, even though they had some injuries.
Yep.
I'm like, you know what? This is a real team. I've been saying this since before the season. I want to know that these Lions are a squad that can be talked about and thought of like the old Patriots, 49ers, Seattle Seahawks. Those fans knew, you know what, we take a loss, we're going to be back. I thought that the Lions shot themselves in the foot against the Seattle Seahawks. And to me, it's like in years past, if they lost like that, it was because of what? It was because the Lions weren't good enough.
I love that you said that, Kool-Aid, because that's been something I've been preaching on the show the last 2 or 3 weeks, is the same old Lions and that whole crowd. They're still in the chat. They're still in my comments and all of our reel. Everything we put out, they're still sitting there when they're like, we put a reel out of me yelling about brand new Lions, and they're like, oh, look at this guy. Like, he has no clue. No, listen. Like, the same old Lions would have lost that Seahawks game by 2 touchdowns. It would have been because they threw pick sixes and they did everything bad. And I know Goff did throw a pick six, so that was a bad example probably. But it was their fault that they did. Like, they could have won that game if they eliminate a couple mistakes and get a couple. You could tell they were the clear better football team. And in the past, it was never that. You lose a game by 30, 40, and you're like, we're not even close to being as good as this team. Not even close. Even years that you're good and winning, you go up against a good team, a playoff team, and you're not even close. It does not feel right. It feels like the talent is off. You don't have the guys, or you're missing 4 or 5 guys. The Seahawks game, and you're not missing anyone. You had everyone out there, and I've been preaching that. I've been preaching that all the last 2 or 3 weeks. People were mad at me last week. I had to calm the crowd down last week.
No, I like what they're doing, man. I like what the Lions are doing. They look like a tough team. All of the kind of the verbiage and the rhetoric that we had heard from Dan Campbell, the whole biting the kneecaps and all of the stuff that he was doing to kind of, rah, get the pom-poms going and kind of really keeping the attention off of his team and more on him. Yeah. It seems to have given them the opportunity to assume his identity, and they take that out there on the field, man. And that's what I see out of this Lions team.
Do you think Dan Campbell, are you all in on him? Is it long-term option?
All in.
Okay.
Look, and I know you guys have said that. Lucas said as well. This is like the most complete Lions organization I've seen from the top to the bottom, from the owners all the way down to the practice squad, man. They got official people all over. To be able to go and pull up a Van Knight off the practice squad, when you need them to be able to come in and just, preserve Gibbs a little bit. I know people are upset, but it's like, it's a short week. Let him we getting the win. Dan Campbell said going into that Falcons game, oh, this is a good matchup for us. We like this matchup. And he had to catch himself like, oh, I'm sure the Falcons are saying that too. No, they weren't. No, they
were
weren't.
Scared.
No, they weren't.
Neil had a friend that was an Atlanta Falcons fan, and he came on the show and was like, listen, there's some Falcons fans that are acting confident. No, the real Falcons fans know that this is going to be a problem this game. Anyway, we're nervous.
Man, Lucas and I were talking to fans out there at Eastern Market VIP tailgate. Shout out to that, man. And the Falcons fans were like, yeah, I think y'all going to catch us this time.
The people around the league know.
It's interesting. It's a very similar matchup in terms of what the Falcons like to do and what the Green Bay Packers like to do. Using structuring their offense around the run, or off the run, I should say. In the Falcons game, we actually, for the first 3 games of the season, our quarterback here in Detroit, Jared Goff, he lost out on the record for the most consecutive attempts without an interception, but he seems to have been, or seems to be, that stable force going in. I know you have high hopes for Jared Goff. What are your thoughts on him? Is he a difference maker for this team, or what are your thoughts on Jared Goff leading this team deeper into the playoffs?
Jared Goff is somebody who, when he first got here, I didn't quite know what we were getting. I thought we were getting a game manager. This year, he looks like a difference maker. He just does. You know what? Over 100 quarterback rating. He's a guy that's sitting with top 6, I believe, in quarterback passing yards.
I think top 6 in every category.
Top 6 in everything. And he looks sure of himself. None of this looks like his luck. He's found and keyed in on the receivers he's comfortable with. And honestly, some of these things, he's throwing people open. Like, I've seen him put the ball in a location where Sam Laporta is able to rip it and turn upfield and go, rather than just kind of past times where I've seen our tight ends catch it and they're getting punished in the middle of the field.
Goff does such a good. Lucas says that on the stream as well. Is he puts players in such a good position to.
How about your co-host saying that every freaking episode we're on? What?
Have you said that?
Literally every time we talk about Goff.
I just remember the true story. Because listen, the streams, when you're in a battle in a stream, those get embedded in your head. When I have D-Mac sitting behind me going, no, Booner, this, that. It's embedded in my head. When I have Lucas screaming like a child, that's embedded in my head. Like, You know what I'm talking about, though. But you know what I mean? And when Lucas, they make a couple catches, and he's putting his guys in positions like Amon-Ra to catch the ball. Instead of putting him in, like throwing it to him a little late and letting him get hit, he gets it to him on time, right in the target, and he doesn't get hit, and he keeps his guys safe and gives them a chance to turn upfield and get yards after catch.
Yeah, I don't see his receivers get really laid out like that too much, man.
Yeah.
I don't. I see them get opportunities to make plays, and I think the thing I've been kind of looking at here is David Montgomery's coming back. I thought that the Lions had some success running the ball last week without him. It's only going to get better this week. How many yards have the Packers given up on the ground this year? I think it's north of 400.
I do too. I think it's over 400. I think they've only ran for 200 or something. I think I heard that stat.
This game feels like we should be as confident as we were going into the Falcons game.
Dominate the run game.
Yeah. But Jordan Love,
Control
I get it.
possession.
I don't know what to expect from him in this. I think if they apply the pressure, I feel like I'm a fan of the Seattle Seahawks. Like this,
Me too.
This is a win. Like that's how I feel.
Dude,
like
they went to the playoffs last year. They're an NFL playoff team. You lost to a team and they're probably going to be in the playoffs this year.
I mean, look, I'm bullish on this game tomorrow. I really am. I want to see the Lions go out there. I don't care that it's at Lambeau. It's not the frozen tundra right now. I want to see them go out there and play big boy football. I really do. Go out there and act like, you know what, we're supposed to finish ahead of this team in the division.
Yeah.
This will put us so far ahead. You know you dropped one against Seattle that you should have won. Go out there and just put this one away.
You got to be ready to play.
You got to be ready to play.
Shout out Dan.
So I know what you want
Is that Dan?
to see. Now we need some predictions from Kool-Aid if it's time for that. We want to hear about the game prediction, score prediction. And
Yeah.
are we going overall record?
Yeah, I kind of want to know both because we haven't had you on yet. And if we're going to start having you on each week, I kind of want to know where you stand on the record after starting 2-1. I think that would be...
I've seen a lot of people, they're comfortable with this 11 wins. I thought 12 wins. If this team can stay healthy, I'm feeling 12 wins on the season overall, man.
That's what I'm talking about.
You know, crush your division, win some of these things outside of your conference, and honestly go into this playoffs feeling good about yourself. Don't go in saying you backed in. Don't go in like, well, we made this incremental step over last year. Go in knowing that we have an opportunity to get to the second weekend of the playoffs. Like that's how I want the team thinking, and that's how Dan kind of has it.
Like you want to go in and you need to go in. I talked about this at week 1 when we first started the show. I want these guys to go in and play every single game like they're trying to win the Super Bowl. You should have that expectation. And I know that the ceiling, we know. Thank you, Kool-Aid. But the ceiling is like maybe as fans and as reporters and on the mic, maybe we're like more realistic to where maybe the Super Bowl is a little too much. But those guys in the locker room, every day you guys should have signs up. You guys should be talking, hey, we're winning the Super Bowl this year. You're at that point in your stage of the rebuild in that franchise right now. Yeah. That's what their mindset should be.
Yeah, and I don't know how much the Lions thought that they would be depending on rookies. And, when you look at it, it sounds funny, like, the team has to depend on rookies, or is the talent just that much good and the rookies are that much better as well that they're able to depend on it all? That, to me, means this team is kind of sneaky depth. You lose a CJ, then Tracy Walker steps in. And I saw somebody posted earlier, he laid an absolute hit on somebody, man. I don't know who it was. I saw it, like, on the way over here.
Who's this, Tracy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had a huge hit in the game.
He disconnected somebody from the ball, man.
Huge
and
hit.
I wish I remembered the name of the guy, but
he took ownership of his soul. He did.
He did. It was on some Mortal Kombat type stuff, man.
Yeah.
And it's like that's kind of what this team is. They're not in that phase anymore of, well, you're gonna knock us down, we're gonna get up. It's almost like they're the ones knocking down and trying to keep people down.
Yeah. And this new perspective, they're the hunted now. They're not going to surprise too many people anymore. So, cool. With that, Green Bay Packers versus the Detroit Lions at Lambeau Field tomorrow.
Need it.
What's your prediction, baby? Score and who's going to win?
Look, on the stream, on the post game, I said 28-17. That's what I believe they'll do if they go in there and just put their foot down. But if it does turn into a running battle, I can see the score becoming something a little bit lower than the 28-17.
I like 28-17.
28-17.
28-17. Write it down, Kool-Aid. We're gonna revisit this. I like that score. I like that score,
so
though.
do I.
But Kool-Aid,
Yes,
before I
sir.
let you go, I got a couple minutes here. We want to plug the Pistons. Plug everything you're doing with the Pistons these days.
Great stuff.
You do
Month
so
away.
much. Just tell the people what they want to hear, where they can find you in just a little bit of background on what you're doing for the network.
Yeah, definitely. You know, Woodward Sports is what do they call me? Beat reporter or the beat writer. You know,
Yes,
during
sir.
the season, there will be a lot of different articles that come out that kind of cover the team, cover the different angles and aspects, and beat reporting. You know, you guys will see a lot of content from all of the different events, practices, behind the scenes stuff at games in the tunnels, as well as you will find me out on the concourse at LCA. Nick, man, I know I ran into you several times out there on the concourse, man, and we had some fun this past season. So overall, just trying to keep the fans informed and also have some fun, you know, covering this Pistons team. It's been an awesome experience too. I believe that this Pistons team is a few years out from getting to where we all want them to be, but I believe that they're on the way and that this is a good foundation.
Playoffs or play-in this year? Where are you at?
I want to see them compete
Win
for the
prediction.
play-in. I do. I want to. 35 needs to be, in my opinion, the bare minimum.
Thank
I
you.
want to see them push for that. They got a bevy of young talent. You know, all of these other squads that have young talent, they talk about their young talent. Like when John Morant, a few years ago, I'm talking about before the mega deals. Luka Doncic, before the mega contracts. These guys were talked about like they were supposed to be revered because they knew that those guys were those guys. Cade Cunningham is one of those guys to me, man.
Facts.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like when you
that
have
next
a guy like
step
that,
where he's going to take that jump.
that's what I'm talking about. And he said it. He said, look, this year is about taking that next leap.
National
and
media's
becoming
talking about it.
something a little bit closer to championship caliber. National media, you look across all the player rankings, the composite is him between 35 and 40. If you got a top 35 and 40 NBA player, and this is CBS, this is Brian Windhorst, this is Bleacher Report, this is not Kool-Aid. When Rod and I talked about it, I was like, maybe top 50, top 60, just thinking about how national people would. Then when we looked at it, we were like, oh, and you're starting to hear people from J.J. Redick to Windhorst, all the basketball guys say, the Pistons have a bevy of young talent that
They
we
do.
actually need to pay a little bit more attention to.
I'm excited.
Me too.
And Monty Williams.
I had to get rid of my sad day. I had to get rid of my season tickets this year.
Oh, no.
Traitor.
Bro, that hurt my
That's
heart.
for the team.
Only reason
That's for the Knights.
It's
team.
for the Woodward
Woodward,
Knights,
though.
man. I set out a goal 4 or 5 months ago and started pitching the Woodward Knight, the 8 to 10 slot. And as soon as I started doing that, I told Luke, I got rid of the Pistons tickets. I said, we're locked in.
I respect it, though, man, because the network, what we're doing here at Woodward Sports, it's to provide something a lot more than what I went through in 2004 when the Pistons won. Mm-hmm. And we turned on every network just to try and hear our guys talked about. I love Valley Sports, but it was like fishing at like 12 noon. I'm like, I don't want to see this. You go to ESPN, they're talking about why the Lakers lost the game. Here at Woodward Sports, we get to put our guys on.
Yes.
That's what I love.
Baby.
I love
and we're
that.
being
Detroit.
noticed. J.J. Redick going on his pod saying that our community is
I
one
thought
of
you
the
were about
better
to
ones.
say that he said Woodward Sports.
Well,
That
I
was
was-
Pistons Twitter,
but what's
I was
driving
like,
it?
let's go, baby.
But what's driving it is
Woodward
what I'm
Sports,
saying, though.
baby.
Like, come on, man. It's all
a
of
round
us,
of
man.
applause.
This whole everything, the platform, the support. That's what this is about, and I'm hoping that the fans
Thanks,
can
Broder.
recognize that too,
What?
man. You guys are putting in work, bro. Like, Broder, I see you, man. I see you out there. in
Kool-Aid's
the
my
Lions
guy.
beat. Booner, man, you guys are holding it down, man. My boy Jalen, Nick, Lucas, like everybody is. They're not just here. No one's here loafing. People are here grinding. People are here working. Jalen's credentialed. You know what I mean? Like these guys are out doing things. People are doing things. Like Lucas knows ball, bro. I saw Nick at like a lot of Pistons
75%.
games. These
That's
are people
my
who are
seed.
on the street and on the scene, bro. And Booner, you've been here for a long time, bro.
I've been grinding.
And I don't think people understand how long you've been here just grinding behind the scenes. It's a lot of work that gets put in.
Yeah.
It's built up this foundation. I hope that the fans can,
I was at
can love it.
I've been at Woodward Sports for a year before I started getting on camp before the Lions season last year. So we've all been grinding. I appreciate it, Kool-Aid.
Definitely.
Real quick, we can't let him go without asking you. There's a massive, humongous trade in the NBA today. Do you think the Bucks came out on top? What are your just quick thoughts? We're going to have you on to talk more basketball. Pistons season's coming down. But what are your thoughts on this massive trade? Dame Lillard to the Bucks.
It's in our division too. It's an essential, and I know a lot of people are like, I saw the comments. Some people out there in Pistons Twitter or Pistons world or sports world, they're all saying, it doesn't matter anyway. The Pistons stink, and it's like,
No,
whatever, man. I think that this is a good deal for the Bucks. I think it gives them an opportunity to satisfy Giannis, who wanted another star there. It gives them an opportunity, and he doesn't have to worry about anything dealing with the clutch.
My bold prediction: Bucks are the next team to go back to back after this trade.
Yeah, I think, man, they did good. the Bucks in their front office, ever since they came and started poaching the Detroit Pistons front office like 20 years ago, they've just been on the up and up, and they've made great moves. But hey, October 2nd, Media Day.
Yes, it's coming up.
Monday.
You want to shout out the social so we were able to get all of that information?
Yeah, no, yeah, definitely. All of the stuff that we're going to be posting, like the A content, that is definitely going straight to Woodward Sports. So I'll be in contact with a social team elite, Lucas Booner.
Yes, sir.
You know, stuff is going to be going
Hold
to
it
you
down,
guys.
baby.
And we're going to be getting it up there. And all of the secondary content and my analysis, quick analysis, will be up on Woodward Pistons as well.
Love it.
And
Definitely.
since he's so humble not to give out his personal Twitter, Detroit Kool-Aid, I just put that in the chat. Kool-Aid is one of the Kool-Aid's
shout out, bro.
Shout out, Kool-Aid.
All of you all.
Appreciate you.
Thanks so much for joining.
We're gonna get another day next week. We're gonna start finding a consistent day that you're able to do, so we can do something. We can talk every week.
Everyone, give it up for Kool-Aid, but Booner.
Appreciate you all, man. Appreciate you all.
Can you take us out? Take us to a break. We're gonna come back, talk more Lions, but can you tell them about Guardian Alarm?
Guardian Alarm, and we're coming back and we're talking about some defense. Aiden Hutchinson, defensive line coming out. And guess what? If you want to have a defense like Aiden Hutchinson, Guardian Alarm, customized solutions for real experts. Our professional technicians take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. 24/7 professional monitoring calls any day or night, and know that a Guardian team member will stay on the phone as long as needed. Technology backed by people. Your safety and security deserves technology that has been proven to work and people who have been proven to care. Make sure you call 1-800. Stay out.
Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists, and register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win an all-expenses-paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament for you and 5 of your best buds. That's right, college basketball's most elite event. You and your 5 best friends just get to any Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut experience and automatically register to win the trip of your dreams. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
The sports marketing agency would not be who we are without great community partners like Higuera Health and Carol Zuniga.
It's an awesome opportunity to partner with your organization. Higuera Health is a comprehensive behavioral health organization. We serve children through older adults with mental health, substance use, and developmental disabilities across Western Wayne counties, and really excited to now be in downriver communities as well. Give us a call at 734-458-4601.
For over 60 years, Fairway Packing has provided Michigan's finest restaurants, hotels, and casinos with prime beef, dry-aged beef, and Wagyu beef. You can experience the Fairway difference today at their shop in Grosse Pointe Woods, where they've got grab-and-go steaks. So check them out online at fairwaypacking.com.
All right, welcome back to Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. My name is Booner. Joined as always with Matthew Broder. Matt Broder. I don't know. I've never called you Matthew besides on the show. So Matt Broder.
Just call me Broder.
Broder. I like the full name. I love full names.
All right.
Something about full names. And as always in the
Call me
booth,
Daddy.
we've got Jalen in the sound booth. We've got Nick as always. Make sure if you guys haven't already, hit that like button. Let's get to 100 likes by the end of this segment. And make sure you tell a friend about the show, 8 to 10. We're not going to be going tomorrow night because of the Lions game, but we will be back Friday to cover the post game at 8 to 10 at night, Woodward Nights.
That Zoom was crazy. That was awesome.
Was there a little
Shout out to this chat. The chat is flying. Do you see that? That's when you go on a rant. Now you got to tell Jalen, give me that Zoom. Right at my face.
I don't know what's going on
Me
here.
either. What's going on?
That was wild. We're good.
Whoa, that was crazy. But we're going to get in here. Aiden Hutchinson won the NFL Defensive Player of the NFC, actually. Let me get that right. NFC Defensive Player of the Week after his massive performance. Jalen, do you have that graphic of the Hutch Player of the Week thing there? We can kind of see his stats, what he had there. I've got 2 Hutch graphics for you guys. And there it is. 4 tackles, 2 sacks, 2 pass deflections, forced fumble. Broder, well-deserved. Had a huge game, especially in that second half. Well-deserved.
Well deserved. I especially just from the stat sheet. filled the stat sheet up, and his play, those stats led to a dominant defensive effort against the Falcons. And accumulated all together, his play in the first 2 games. I know Seattle was okay, but Kansas City, he played well. The team didn't get sacks in those first 2 games, but against Atlanta, that whole defensive line led by Aiden Hutchinson played incredibly. So I'm totally for it. Totally.
Yeah. And two, I think they're working on cameras over there, but with all of this, kind of, to me, the thought that I had with this is the Detroit Lions defensive line had a huge night on Sunday, or huge day on Sunday. My expectation is for them to kind of go back-to-back on that. Build off that performance. And we're going to talk about the full defense kind of in a couple segments, going, building off of the whole full defense. But this defensive line, Broder, you're going up against kind of a hurt offensive line a little bit, that left side. I expect these guys to go back-to-back. I expect Aiden Hutchinson to build off of this game. I expect nothing short of at least a sack. You have to at least go out there and get a sack and get Jordan Love on the ground once.
I think we're on the same wavelength. We didn't even talk about this before the show, but I can see another 4 or 5 sack performance out of that defensive line. I just think they're going into Lambeau again, and they're as hungry as they were last year.
Yeah.
Last year, that game was just something to prove at the end of the season to get them here, to knock Aaron Rodgers out of Lambeau. But now they have real goals of getting to the postseason, winning the NFC North, and I think that all starts with that defensive line, especially with the injuries in the secondary. This is one of those games where Aiden Hutchinson can really step up and make a name for himself on the national stage. This is Thursday Night Football on Amazon Prime and Fox 2 locally, so everyone in Detroit in the local network can watch it on Fox 2. This is a chance for Aiden Hutchinson. We talked about Amon-Ra St. Brown yesterday, wanting to be on these primetime games, not just because they want the cameras in front of them, but because they want the cameras on them for when they go dominate an NFC North opponent, for when Amon-Ra St. Brown gets 10 catches on national TV. He's one of those guys, I said it yesterday, he wants those announcers, those broadcasters, to talk about the 16 receivers drafted in front of him. So I think they're going to come ready to play, and you're right, especially that right side of the offensive line for the Packers. They're depleted a little bit, and I think this is one of those games where Lee McNeil needs to step up again. Aiden Hutchinson needs to lead them, and we start to see the floodgates open up again.
And my biggest point with this, too, as well, is the Packers so far, Jordan Love only has three sacks, or he's been sacked 3 or 4 times already. I expect him to go in there tomorrow and get 4. However many they have in the game or have given up so far this season, what is 3 or 4, you should go in there and you should get that exact number. You should get 3 or 4 sacks tomorrow, minimum, in my opinion. And I know 7's a lot. They're probably not going to hit 7, probably not going to hit 5. But that 3 or 4 mark, if you get Jordan Love in those positions on 3 different drives, say you get 3 sacks in 3 different drives, they can't recover from that.
No.
It's an offense that Jordan Love's young. He can't recover.
You want his jersey to be so dirty by the end of that game that they get terrified to come into Ford Field at Thanksgiving. They like I said at the beginning, this game they need to treat him like Desmond Ridder. They need to have that type of aggression. And especially, I think this is just popping into my head. How about Aiden Hutchinson gets a sack early in the game, maybe on that first drive?
Set the tone.
If they can go shut down the crowd at Lambeau early, this could be a long day for that Green Bay Packers team.
I said it when we were on the commercial. That is going to be my
bloody answer.
What's the word? Like my saying for this game and my mantra for this game.
Mantra.
And I'm going to say this all day today or tonight and all night. I'm going to say it all day tomorrow. I'll be at the studio at 2 o'clock tomorrow. I'm going to say it all day. Stream, pregame show. Set the tone. That's all. Set the tone right off the bat. You're setting the tone in the game. Hutch, go out there, get a sack, set the tone instantly. And number 2, win the game and set the tone in the NFC. That's how I'm looking at this, or the NFC North. Set the tone. We should get T-shirts with the Lions logo that says "Set the Tone" on it.
Tone setters. Make it a little Motor City, a little Motown theme.
I agree with you there, Booner. Just real quick on this, I want Aiden Hutchinson to show us all he's the most dominant defensive player in the NFC North tomorrow, and if he can get Love down early, like Broder said, I think it's just gonna set the tone for the night.
Yeah, I think this defensive line should be they should be licking their chops for tomorrow to go after Jordan Love.
They should.
They should build off this. And Lee McNeil, Charles Harris, even these linebackers, Alex Anzalone, Rodrigo, Jack Campbell. Jack Campbell's in that same position. He should be wanting another sack.
His snap counts continue to go up. This seems like a Jack Campbell type game. Like this is just rough, tough, rumbling Milwaukee, or I guess Appleton, wherever they play, Green Bay. They play in like some random town. They have to fly into Appleton. I never even heard of Appleton.
I don't know.
What the fuck?
Exactly what I was thinking.
Family show.
We're gonna cut this segment short.
Yeah, we will.
But this is not the end of the Detroit Lions talk. Booner, tell them about Planet Fitness.
We're gonna come right back up and talk about the Detroit Lions defense and Packers offense. But before that, if you guys want to play like the Detroit Lions defense, you guys want to head over to Planet Fitness, like Jack Campbell. Planet Fitness is the home of the judgment-free zone where anyone, and I mean anyone, can feel comfortable and work on their fitness goals. We are here to help build a lasting, active lifestyle. At Planet Fitness, you will experience squeaky clean gyms, cleaned by Nick himself over there with the mustache, that has tons of equipment, full body workout in 30 minutes, and all memberships include fitness training. Make sure for more information or to join today, visit your local Planet Fitness or go to planetfitness.com where your fitness is essential.
By now you know me, Christina Gennari, as the obvious choice in real estate. And you know my website, soldchristina.com, as your #1 resource for buying or selling your home. Myself, along with my amazing staff, pride ourselves on making your home buying and selling experience a relaxing and easy one. Come see why we are the obvious choice. Christina Gennari at soldchristina.com, the obvious choice in real estate.
Burgers and chicken sandwiches are taking over at Big Boy. Try our new pretzel bacon cheeseburger. Turn up the heat with Bob's Hot Chicken Sandwich. Upgrade those regular fries with our chili cheese fries or loaded baked potato fries. Hit your sweet tooth with funnel cake fries or Reese's chocolate peanut butter thunder cake. Load up on all your favorites today at Big Boy.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, 2 of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder.
How would you like to see famous athletes like Jim Harbaugh, Braylon Edwards, and Darren McCarty play golf with average Joes? Thanks to Randy Wise Automotive and Woodward Sports, you'll be able to do just that. It's the Randy Wise Celebrity Golf Tour. Make the wise choice and pay attention to Woodward Sports for more info soon.
Yes, sir!
9
We are
o'clock!
back. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. As always, if you guys haven't yet, smash that like button for us, please. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Tune in. Tell a friend about the show. We've got a full squad deep here. We've got a lot of people in the studio still tonight. We've got Lucas and Kool-Aid just hanging out here.
And the chat is outrageous. We got Steve Wiles, Jonathan Lord, Coach Walk, Ryan Shaw, Tyler Chauvet, Mike G. We got some legends here. Nicholas Earl.
Shout out.
I know there's more of you guys. I love you all. So much love
Appreciate
for everyone, as long as your name isn't Jordan and you play for the Packers.
Yeah, appreciate you guys all tuning in as always. And to the chat, I was thinking about this the other day. I know we go into other shows and speak. I want to make sure we still reply to people and talk to people. It is so hard kind of being out up on the desk and having that interaction as we do with other shows. The other shows, I'm at my other job watching it, and I'm able to chat more and do things like that. So if you guys are throwing stuff out there and I'm not replying, that is all it is. It's tough. It's tough to do the show and do that as well. As Maz always says, Maz always gets mad. He'll be like, I can't look at the chat and I can't do the show. It's awesome. I love Maz. Maz Jr. here.
That's what they say, and they say Kool-Aid is Terry Foster's son or nephew. And IT Hips, we're doing our predictions right after the Sam Laporta giveaway in the 8:40 hour.
9:40.
9:40. Excuse me. 9:40 p.m. We're doing all your predictions when you guys call in at 9:30. So keep that in mind.
Yeah, so the lines will be open in the next 20-ish minutes. But we're going to talk a little bit. We're going to start breaking down the game here. We're going to go the Detroit Lions defense versus the Packers offense. We're going to go into some matchups, which, where can the Lions take advantage? What's the disadvantage? Things like that, Broder, and we want to kind of get into that. First thing here, we already asked the question with the defensive line, Broder. Can this defense string together two good and great back-to-back games? That's kind of my question, and what matchup there kind of elevates them to do that?
Yes, they can. They can, and they need to. This is one of those games. It's a tone setter for the season. They're going to go in a depleted Packers offensive line, and they are depleted, but Green Bay Packers always bring their best effort on the defensive line. They always have good offensive line play. Not to say we can't get to them tomorrow, but they're going to play the Lions tough. Kind of like Seattle did. Seattle did play the Lions tough. we do believe that the Lions have matured from that game, have moved on, and are going to do some better things. But I absolutely think, and for everything that we said in the last segment, getting to Jordan Love, affecting what he can do both setting up the run and then in the pass game, I think is everything. And I know we're going to talk about the secondary against Jordan Love, but if that defensive line can get pressure, if they can get to Jordan Love, if they can get him dirty, if they can get his jersey bloody, I think that was someone in the chat said that, they'll come out of this game successful. It's gonna all be about how hard the Lions make the day for Jordan Love.
That is my first bullet point I put down here in my notes, is in all caps, pressure Jordan Love. Pressure Jordan Love. I went back and watched this game. Every time, I already said it today, every single time he just had a little bit of pressure around him, he seemed to just and I think it's more so as a kind of a newer quarterback, a new starter in the system, and I'm sure he'll get it down pretty quick. But just anytime he feels that pressure and he's just not used to it, not comfortable, he's going to try and throw it away, or he's going to try and just force it somewhere. And he's been pretty good with not throwing interceptions. I think he has, 1 or 2 on the year as of right now. I'm pretty sure he has 7 touchdowns, 1 interception.
Yep.
And the one was in this last game versus Saints. So
yeah, it's a 53.1% completion percentage. So he hasn't been overly accurate. When you get to him, when you get to him, he makes mistakes.
He throws the ball and he gets it out into spots where his players can't catch it. And I do really think, I know the Saints defense the Saints defense is really good. I still think this Lions team as a whole and this defense has a chance to be better, the hardest team that they've gone up against so far this year.
Yeah, especially when you think how well the linebackers played against Atlanta, whether that was Jack Campbell getting the sack or really Alex Anzalone and Derek Barnes had 2 of the better games I've seen them play. Definitely Derek Barnes. So if that defensive line can control the line of scrimmage, if they can get that first push and not let Green Bay push them off the line of scrimmage, let Aaron Jones, if he's playing, get going, let A.J. Dillon and his big 250-pound body, if they can keep them behind the line of scrimmage, you force Jordan Love to throw the ball. And the Lions, we want to go back to the secondary. They were good against Kansas City. They didn't play well against Seattle, but then they were good against Atlanta. They held Desmond Ridder to 5.3 yards per attempt, only 200 yards, 0 touchdowns, and a 70 QB rating. So if they can make Jordan Love beat them.
And I told you about this before the show. Jordan Love, if you've watched him so far this year, what he loves to do right now, and his favorite kind of getaway, he loves to just throw a deep ball, and he loves to air the ball out. When no one's open, nothing. I'm pretty sure Easy kind of gave me the stat a little bit before the show where I can't remember the term it was used, but it's basically he has the most the ball time in the air out of any NFL quarterback right now.
Like whatever the equivalent hang time is for a quarterback's throw.
He has that in the NFL. And if you watch the Saints game, there was 5, 6, 7, 8 times where he just kept throwing it up. And there was times where the Saints, they just dropped, like Tyrann Mathieu just dropped an interception in the end zone. And the ball was just hanging in the air for 10 seconds. It lets defenders get there, and you're able to kind of make a play on it. That's something to where I'm almost at a point. I might do it on the pregame show tomorrow. I'm almost at a point to guarantee a Jordan Love interception tomorrow.
Wow.
I think that he throws one.
Wow.
Just because of that. It's that he you get pressure on him, he makes dumb plays, and he 53%, right?
Does this make you miss Kirby Joseph even more, or do you think Tracy
Tracy
Walker
might get one tomorrow?
I know he's more of a coming up to the line of scrimmage and make a hit, but he can I'll go get it. Jalen, you got something?
Jalen said Brian Branch.
Brian Branch, bro. He went off last week. He's due for one more because the first one was fluke to me. Like the one-handed one, like that was a fluke one. He needs a real interception. That's my guy. But I want him to ball hawk somebody, walk down the route, and just pick it off.
Yeah, I'm at the point to guarantee a Jordan Love interception.
Hey, I'll take it. Are there any other matchups from the Green Bay Packers offensive standpoint? And you can pick a player or just a position group that you're interested in watching or you think is crucial to the Lions.
Yeah, I'm a little interested with the situation with the 2 questionable guys, Aaron Jones and Christian Watson. Aaron Jones averages 90 yards per game versus the Detroit Lions, which is a lot. 90 yards per game versus a team is insane. In week 1, he had a huge week as well, and obviously both of those players pulled a hamstring. And then here I have Christian Watson last year in the final game of the season had 5 catches for 104 yards versus the Detroit Lions. Yeah. So those are 2 guys to where they have not had them back this year yet. And if they come, you have to be aware. Secondary has to be aware of them. So
I'm with you. I wrote down actually Christian Watson too. I did Christian Watson / Romeo Doubs on Cam Sutton. Sutton doesn't play the slot as much, which was where Romeo Doubs plays a high percentage of his snaps. So whichever one he's guarding, he's been pretty good these last couple of games. I think he held QBs when they're passing the ball to a receiver that he's guarding to a sub 75 QB rating. So he's been steady. He's been a vocal leader for them. I can see him shutting down Christian Watson and Romeo Doubs. Also, Jalen brought him up, Brian Branch on Michigan State Spartan Jaden Reed, who's having kind of a breakout rookie year here. He's been playing really well. I thought they just drafted him to be a special teams guy. Maybe with the Christian Watson injury, he got more opportunity in training camp, but he's looked really good.
He has, yeah. And before that, too, real quick, Jalen, can we do a poll to see just – I guess maybe we can't do a poll like that. I was going to say, if we could do a poll, who's going to be the best kind of standout on defense.
I'll take care of it.
If you want to do like Hutch, Brian Branch, one of the linebackers, and maybe another D lineman, we could throw that in there. But while
Tracy
we do
Walker.
that, I guess I'm having you multitask. I wanted to tell you guys about the pregame show. I apologize. There we go. Let's
Jalen
go,
is a
boys.
legend.
Detroit or Woodward Sports Lions pregame shows.
Something's a dog shit.
Usually Sundays 9:30 to 11:30, but this week it will be from 6:30 to 8 tomorrow. Make sure you guys tune in for that. Hosted by Jeff Ifredi, Hollywood, right over there. There will be no B's in the studio. I will be in the studio on the desk. Lucas in the sound, or TD booth, and Gentry in the sound booth. Make sure you guys tune in for all of the pregame stuff that you guys need for the game tomorrow. Breakdowns, everything you need. It will be tomorrow from 6:30 until 8 on the Woodward Sports YouTube channel.
Ooh. What about, have you been watching this guy, Dontavian Wicks? He's a wide receiver that we'll see. He might not be playing as much with Christian Watson if he does play, but there have been some of these weapons that have come out of the woodworks there in Green Bay. You got to see. You wonder what they had hiding behind Alan Lazard and Randall Cobb all these years. All these old guys.
He actually last game dropped a handful of passes. I don't know if you saw that. Jaden Reed, he had some catches that he could have had and scored, and he dropped a few. But Jaden Reed, Wicks, I saw him get a catch. I didn't know who he was. I saw him get a catch or two last week versus Saints. I don't know. Their weapons kind of do make me a little nervous.
Yeah, like Luke Musgrave, like he's a decent tight end. We'll see how they start to evolve this offense.
Me and Jeff, this is kind of off top. It's still about their offense, but me and Jeff were texting this morning about. He was asking me. He sent me over a parlay, and I sent him one as well. And I had Sam Laporta for 4.5 receptions. And I think Jesse Adams gave him in the chat Musgraves over 4.5 receptions. And me and him were texting back and forth. It became like, all right. I was like, bro, I'm telling you, Sam Laporta 4.5 is the lock. And I know Musgraves over 3.5 is good. It's Laporta. And that was the thing. He put it on Twitter today. If you guys want to check that out, he put out a poll, and it was like, which one should I take? So that
Laporta hasn't had a game in his entire career where he's caught less than 5.
Exactly.
Yeah, and we're giving away his jersey at 9:40.
We are. Musgraves only had one game so far where he's been over 4.
Can't trust Luke.
No.
Can't do it.
And to Lucas's, or not to Lucas, to Jeff's point, that they're probably going to key in a little bit more on Sam Laporta, and they're probably going to, Musgrave's probably going to need a couple checkdowns. I still think Sam Laporta wins that battle tomorrow, and I think Sam Laporta, you see another 60-plus yard game, 5 catches, maybe even another touchdown.
You gonna make it a lock? Lock it right now.
I'm not gonna lock it now. Maybe the pregame show I'll lock it in. Oh, I'll lock this in. Sam Laporta over 4.5 catches.
Thanks, Booner.
That's my lock. Why, was that yours, Nick?
Yes, sir. Let's go. Take the lock. Trust in Booner. He never loses. Let's go, baby. Laporta over yards. Lock it in.
Let's go, man. Let's go.
Eagle over cover 4.
Anyone?
It's the replacements.
Yeah, Keanu Reeves, man.
Yeah, great movie. Wow.
Yeah. I love Broder.
So you said, in the chat, the poll, who will stand out on defense for the Detroit Lions? I'm going to put my pick in right now. Oh, this is good. So we have Tracy Walker, Buggs, Brian Branch, or Cam Sutton.
That's a good one.
I threw Buggs in there, man. You never know. He's been sitting for a while. So
bitches love Buggs.
I'm just saying he's been waiting for his chance. You know what I mean? So maybe he makes a couple nice tackles and stuff. You never know.
Pooh Bear.
And Kyle Vaughn said here, people underestimate Tracy Walker. He's a dog and almost ended Janu Smith's career.
That's who it was.
Yeah, it was.
Janu Smith.
The thing with Tracy Walker, last week when I said I went back and watched his highlights, Tracy Walker every single game has a big hit like that. Like he puts it on people.
Oh yeah,
Like, he's still a dog that people like. I don't think that to that comment. There might be some people who forget about him. Not here at Woodward Sports.
He looks explosive. Like that was the one thing I was worried about coming back from an Achilles injury was that explosion and how early we'd see it. Some people they can recover in a year. Some it takes 12 years to really be themselves. At day 364, he looked all the way back. I mean, he was explosive. He still has those instincts, and I like what you said about that secondary, going and being a ball hawk. He's that one who can go get that interception if Jordan Love tries to throw it deep, tries to throw it to some of those receivers out deep. When they come back, we're going to be talking offense, right? Lions offense versus Packers defense. Versus Rashawn Gary in this University of Michigan helmet.
Go Blue!
But first, Booner, tell them about that sports marketing agency.
Yes, the sports marketing agency helps spread awareness about mental health and substance abuse. Their podcast, This Is the S Word, helps fight the stigma about seeking help. If you or someone you know is struggling, head over to thesportsma.com. Again, that is thesportsma.com.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions show. Let's go! Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com. Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, two of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
Do you have football on the brain? Well, fall ushers in college and professional football, and this fall has already been awesome. It's also the perfect time to shop for your home and auto insurance. So shop it like a pro with Swiss Insurance. They cover Woodward Sports Network, and they should be covering you. Ask for Mark at Swiss Insurance today. That's SwissINS.com or call 248-800-4177.
All right, welcome back to Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. My name is Booner, joined as always by Broder, Matthew Broder, Detroit Lions beat reporter. That graphic behind us, that looks unreal. I love our graphic.
I love Woodward Nights.
I think that thing is so sweet. I saw some people in the comments last night saying kind of props on the graphics. But make sure you guys hit that like button if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel. Be a friend, tell a friend. It's easy, always says.
Let's go check out the shop. Look at this shirt I got. These are epic shirts. We got, you know, you see JB in the booth every day. Ryan Ermanni wears a bunch of. Everyone wears some swag. Go to that Woodward Sports shop. They got really cool stuff.
It is, yeah. Go check that out. But we're gonna get into here. We're gonna keep going, moving here. We're gonna go Detroit Lions offense versus the Green Bay Packers defense. Break that down a little bit here. Broder, question I have here with this first to start us off.
Amon-Ra St. Brown. No, go ahead.
Not Amon-Ra St. Brown. Will this Lions offense continue the dominance they've had? They have, and I'll save my stat for kind of when I go here. But do you think they'll continue this dominance? I feel like the offense has never been the issue in a while, at least you could say.
It's not. It hasn't been, and I think they have an opportunity to. They didn't look bad last week. They played pretty well, but they left some opportunities on the table. Even scoring 31 against Seattle in that loss, I think they're still looking to find their rhythm. They've seen different people be the focal point of the offense. Obviously, Amon-Ra St. Brown has been a stable force. Also, shout out Elgato with a little $1.99 donation. Thank you. I bet OT plus $13.50, $100 in Laporta touchdown plus boost. I don't know what all that means yet. Booner, come in 2 minutes. We'll bring that up here in a second. But I do believe that offense is going to get back to some of the dominance that we saw at the end of last year. some of the rhythm that we saw even in that Seattle game where they almost look unstoppable. And I think I brought it up before the season started, but those Patriots teams that had Tom Brady, I'm not comparing Jared Goff to Tom Brady. I'm not doing that. But when he had Edelman, when he had Wes Welker a couple years earlier, Amendola, it seemed like whenever they needed 6-7 yards, they got it. That's sort of what it feels like to me with Jared Goff and Amon-Ra St. Brown, now Sam Laporta. I would like to see them spread the ball around a little more. Jared Goff talked about that in the locker room yesterday. There wasn't anything they planned for in the Atlanta Falcons game that led to just Amon-Ra St. Brown, Sam Laporta, and Khalif Raymond getting the lion's share of the receptions of the targets. It just happened that way. So I think he's going to try to spread it around more. Maybe DeMont comes back, David Montgomery. They find him out of the backfield. They try to find Gibbs in some new places, not just as a running back in the slot or outside.
Do you know what really makes this offense kind of scary to me?
What?
Is that there are... And to your point there, Jared Goff came out and made the point to where, hey, we don't have a ton of, I don't know, we didn't spread the ball out. Maybe that's something we need to focus on. And I believe he also mentioned here, and correct me if I'm wrong, Broder, you were in the locker room. He also mentioned, hey, we're not planning on sharing it with it. We don't go out there and say, hey, we're going to get this person this. It's, hey, whatever the game plan is, we're going to go in, and if it happens to be Marvin Jones for 5 catches, it does. If it happens to be Josh Reynolds, there it goes. Khalif Raymond, all right. That's what makes this offense a little scary, is that you have those weapons to where, Green Bay, they can plan for Amon-Ra St. Brown all they want. You can plan for Josh Reynolds all you want. Khalif Raymond will be able to step up. Jahmyr Gibbs will be able to step up. Marvin Jones, we're hoping, would be able to step up. Sam Laporta can step up. Stop Sam Laporta and Amon-Ra. All right, we have Josh Reynolds and you have Khalif Raymond. You have guys to move around, and that's where, you see some teams around in the NFL to where they have – 1 or 2 great receivers, and then after that, there's such a big drop-off in there with their weapons to where you're able to, stop those players, and you can't get back on track with the other guys. So that's kind of where I'm at with this. Is I think this offense is able to spread it out as much as, to your point, thinking about that, they're going to be able to spread it out. Who knows? We might see Marvin Jones this week go off.
Yeah.
We might see Josh Reynolds. We didn't see Josh Reynolds at all last week.
He didn't get a target.
Nothing. And Goff came out and said that. They asked him about him and Josh Reynolds and Marvin Jones, and he said, listen, these guys are veterans. They know some weeks they're going to and some weeks they're not.
He was like, when we need them to make a big catch, they'll be in the spot that we need them, and they'll make that catch. So they're trusted, and there is a man who entered the building this week that we won't see for a few more weeks, but Jameson Williams is inching his way closer back to joining the team. I think he has 3 more games. He'll be back in week 7. But of all the weapons you just talked about, all the variety that Jared Goff can go to in this offense, that Ben Johnson can game plan for, once you get Jameson Williams added to that mix, even if he catches 0 balls for the rest of the season, just having him out on that field is such a threat. Such a threat. Nick, I know you're itching to say something.
Yeah, I think Ben Johnson's got something up his sleeve for this game. We already saw the flea flicker early in the season. Coming back to Lambeau last year, we saw the hook and ladder week 18 up there in Lambeau. I think we have some sort of trick play up our sleeve for this first division game that we've been hiding in Ben Johnson.
Yeah, I'm thinking that we're going to see something like that. We always kind of see some sort of... Ben Johnson always, in these bigger games, these primetime games, Ben Johnson always has something up his sleeve. I think he does it. And if you, right after you guys see Ben Johnson do a play like that, you guys are going to want to tune in to the Detroit Lions postgame show with Tom Mazway, Sam Stigday. You guys see him up there. 2 beautiful human beings. A Woodward Sports Lions postgame show directly after Lions games. Tomorrow will be directly after, for about an hour after the game, hour and a half, hosted by those guys on the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. If you guys are sipping Kool-Aid after the game, or if you're going to be whining and be annoying like the same old Lions fans, still, we would love for you to tune in and talk and give your takes. They'll probably be taking callers after as well. But again, that's all on the Woodward Sports YouTube page.
Look at that pop collar out of Maz. What a stud. Booner, can I direct you to the chat? Can you answer Elgato? He just became a member, too. Actually, a member for 4 months.
Yeah.
Can you just hit that bet for me? I can't leave him hanging.
Let me see if I can find it here real quick. Can you say it out
just
loud?
Popped up. Booner Lions plus 4.5 and bet the first drive field goal or touchdown. What do you think about that?
Where is this? I'm losing it. Booner Lions.
My bad. I thought it was right at the front for you.
No, the poll. I haven't been able to master the chat yet. I know I've been in the chat for years now, but when a poll pops up, I don't know if there's a way to just let it go away, and it just pops up on my chat, and I can't see anything. It's the most frustrating thing of all time.
My bad. Well, then we'll move on again. But if you guys know,
I have it here. Booner's Lions plus 4.5 and bet the first drive, field goal, or touchdown. So basically, Elgato, you can put in the chat here. Did you parlay that plus 4.5 and the first drive to be a field goal? So you're basically just saying that you're betting on the Lions scoring in the first drive. I don't hate that. You have to set the what do I keep saying? Set the tone. Set the tone, boys.
Set the tone.
If you're going to set the tone, you better score on that first drive. Get a field goal or a touchdown. I love that, Elgato. I love it.
No.
Booner, what do you feel about that run game? If we get David Montgomery back, if he regains control of that backfield alongside Jahmyr Gibbs, do you think that can be a difference maker? Do you think they're going to use that as a supplement to the pass game? What are your thoughts?
Do you know what gives me confidence with that?
What?
Taylor Decker's back tomorrow.
Yes!
I don't care. Graham Glasgow, I'm fine with him. There was the Matt Nelson, the Colby, that whole situation going on over there. It was that situation that kind of rattled me a little bit. But with Taylor Decker back, Penei can go back to right tackle. Taylor Decker at left. And you got Monty back. You have your run game back. Establish the run. This is where I'm starting to think. Establish the run. Control the clock. Remember how we were talking last week about the Falcons and what they needed to do to beat the Lions? You need to do. Lucas just said the same thing with the Falcons. You need to do that, and now you have Monty back. That's going to be that. He's going to be able to run through the tackles, and we already know what Monty can do. We know. I'm pretty sure Easy and Spenny said it in the show before this. Monty averages like 85 or 90 yards per game versus the Packers in his career. So he's going to go out there and hopefully, I don't know if none of us know if his hamstring or whatever it was is going to be full, the thigh. If he's going to be all fully back, maybe it's a decoy. He's going to be a decoy. I still think he's in, and I think he does make a huge impact, especially with Decker back and that offensive line almost healthy again.
I'm so glad you said that. And Answer 14 in the chat said exactly what I was thinking too. Long runs, heavy drives, and wear them out. Basically control that time of possession, control the ball. That's why we went out and got David Montgomery. He's a little more versatile than Jamal Williams, who had an incredible year last year and set the record for touchdowns for the Detroit Lions. But David Montgomery is that piece that can help you wear them down. Having Taylor Decker come back, being able to put Penei Sewell on the right side, it's special what that offensive line can be. And we hope Jonah Jackson's healthy too.
I was saying, like, for, D-Mont being back, like, I was an advocate on Twitter. I hated Jahmyr Gibbs, running halfback dives and delays because, like, he's not through the tackle back. I want him to, pitch it to him right, pitch it to him left, put him outside to run. You get D-Mont there, he's going through the middle. Then, Gibbs can come back in and, do his stuff outside of the, tackles and whatnot because you had him going through the middle so much. He might have got tired. He's not used to that, because at Alabama he wasn't doing that. So here, with D-Mont, back hopefully, he can, split the carries again, but I want them to use him. He got used, last week how I wanted him like at the end, but give him some pitches, halfback toss, put him out there, let him cook.
I do think too. Elgato put it in the chat here. He talked about he said take Jahmyr Gibbs receiving yards. Last year in the last game of the season, DeAndre Swift had 7 catches for 61 yards. And you would think a guy like Ben Johnson's going to see, he already knows, he probably already had some sort of game plan that he had wrote up from last year. You would think that he kind of knows that they might leave that open a little bit, or you can check down and get some yards out of that. I expect Jahmyr Gibbs to kind of, maybe not 7 catches, but last week, he had 1 or 2. I think 1 for like a couple yards.
One catch for 2 yards.
I expect tomorrow 4 or 5 catches.
I would love that. I think this is a game where Ben Johnson starts to get creative with Jahmyr Gibbs.
You're able to get him in screens. Find some open field for him. Now that David Montgomery's back, you're able to focus. They're able to focus run game on him and let you. What did Ben Johnson say when they drafted him? What did he say? We can use this man in so many different ways. We really haven't seen it yet, have we? No. We haven't seen him out like we did week 1 versus the Chiefs. We did, and he made plays. There was different plays. We haven't seen him in any screens yet. We haven't seen him in an open field yet. I want to see Jahmyr Gibbs like we did at Alabama in the open field. I want to see him just break off for a 70-yard screen pass for a touchdown like we saw Aaron Jones did a couple weeks ago. I want to see that from him. Find a way to do it.
Maybe they get him on a little reverse early in the game.
Give him a wheel route.
Something like find a way to use him in a different way. Yes, a wheel route. When we went to the training camp, Broder, you're there. You were at training camp almost every day. What do they work on with the running backs every single day? Wheel routes, getting them outside and going to catch the ball. Have we seen that? We haven't seen them connect on that once.
They definitely haven't connected.
That was something they worked on all off season.
We haven't ran any screens either, man.
Nothing.
No running like halfback screens. Have you seen what he does in the open field? Like Reggie Bush prototype, man. Give him the ball, let him cook.
I want to see everything out of him. And two, another point too. I know we're about to get to a break in a minute here to get to the next segment. Excuse me, but I kind of had a point here with our offense. In the last 12 games, the Detroit Lions have at least scored 20 points in 12 straight games.
Damn.
And in that stretch, they're 9-3.
Hot damn.
You go out there all season long, and if this offense keeps doing what it's doing, and you're putting up 20-plus points in the NFL, and that defense, maybe you can't hold a team to under 20 points every single week, but if this offense can give you 20-plus every single week, 24, 25, 30,
they'll win a lot of games.
You're going to win a ton of games. You go in there tomorrow, I guarantee you this, and I guarantee you, I don't know what the team total is. Coming out of the break, I'll have it for you. I guarantee you that Packers team total goes under if it's at 20, if it's around 20.
I don't think they've scored 20. They haven't. I think I had that note on there.
12 straight games, the Detroit Lions have scored 20 points, and they're 9-3 in that stretch.
That's it, baby.
That's flannel stats for you.
Yeah. Well, come on back. We're going to start taking some calls.
Yes,
we'll
sir.
Get the number up in the chat, but it is 313-552-6322. Come on back. We're going to get some game predictions from you. But first, let me tell you about Dispo, where you can experience the true meaning of exceptional cannabis products with the best dispensary around. Dispo. They've got 12 locations, including their brand new one in Whitmore Lake. Dispo is never far away. Dispo Romeo is now open until midnight every day except Sunday. They are the only cannabis mall of its kind. That's Dispo Dispensary, DispoShops.com. They are your local cannabis plug.
Gabby is a college student struggling to study for her big exam. Then she discovered Syntron, a healthy way for her to stay awake and focus. Jennifer frequently has chaotic days like this until she gets online, orders some Syntron, and finds her groove. April visited her local grocery store, purchased a case of Syntron, and entered to win the Syntron 100K Vegas giveaway. Pick up your case of Syntron today at any Meijer location or visit drinksyntron.com/Vegas and enter for the 100K Vegas giveaway.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
Hey, this is Mr. Kearney, Chief Academic Officer at Academy of Warren. I want to welcome you to the brand new field house. The state-of-the-art facility has a regulation basketball court, volleyball court, soccer field. It can be used for 7-on-7 football. Our K-8 academic features AM, PM, latchkey, small classroom sizes, Learning Street, futuristic media center, free breakfast and lunch, Houghton Mifflin curriculum, academic games, K-8 athletics, and more. Enroll today at academywarren.net.
How would you like to win a 100K Vegas getaway? You can take your friends and live it up in the city that never sleeps. There's that Ron Burgundy reference. Every time this ad gets me. It's the Syntron Energy. Drink it and live it. Purchase a 24-pack today and enter to win. Register at drinksyntron.com/Vegas and buy Syntron at your local Meijer store. That's Syntron, the healthier energy drink with great taste for those who look good, feel good, and be the best version of yourself with Syntron. Again, that's drinksyntron.com.
Welcome back to Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. My name is Booner, joined by Broder. I hope I didn't yell. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just passionate, man. Detroit Lions play tomorrow, and they better win because I want to show up on Friday with my new glasses that I have. I want to show up with the chain. I told you guys I'm only wearing that's select days now. I can't do it I can't bring it to you guys every day. Select days on the best days. Winter Fridays. What is that? Victory Fridays. You know what? I didn't even just think about this.
Lindsay Lohan.
We potentially could get 2 victory days in 1 week.
Chris Brown. That's true.
Victory Monday, Victory Friday. Yeah. That would be the best. Oh my gosh. That would be great for my morale. Chris Brown. Don't you think that would just be great for the team morale?
Amazing.
My personal morale.
Game tomorrow. I feel like we just had a game.
I would like to be. I would like to be like the director of team morale around here.
I would like to be the shooting guard on Prince's basketball team, but we can't all get what we want.
Prince?
Yeah, the Revolution?
Yeah, Purple Rain, you know?
He's the basketball team?
Prince Cahoon.
I thought Prince was dead.
Prince is a legendary basketball player.
Really?
Yeah.
He's a singer.
That Cahoon. He's a decent singer and decent guitarist.
Do my research a little bit.
Yeah.
But appreciate you guys all tuning in. Hit that like button if you guys can, please. Make sure you tell a friend, be a friend. Well, this is what we're going to do this next let's say like 9 or 10 minutes. We might go a little over here for the people, but we're gonna take some calls. We want to take some calls here. We're gonna pin the number here in the chat. I don't know if is it in there yet, Jalen?
No, not yet. It'll be in a second.
Okay, we're gonna pin the number in the chat here, so you guys can start calling in. Basically, the question we want to know what your guys' score predictions are for tomorrow, and if it's a must-win game for the Detroit Lions. Those two questions: score predictions, must-win, NFC North. That's what we want tomorrow. Number right here is 313-552-6322. It's in the pinned on the chat right now. But real quick, we're gonna go to this video here. Over at Lady Jane's, we went around to some customers, and before we get the fans or the listeners' score predictions, we're going to go see who. Some people at Lady Jane's gave some score predictions and talked about the game a little bit. So here we go.
We are back. This is Making the Cut, brought to you by Mark White Realty. We have the Lions taking on the Packers. Each team are 2-1. Who is going to be the king of the North? We're going to see and get the thoughts from the gentleman here at Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. All right, we're here with Dan, not the Dan Campbell, but close enough. So, Dan, what do you think that Goff is going to do this week? Can he take home the W?
Oh, I definitely think so. He's proven himself over at Lambeau, so I think he's ready to eat up some cheese over here. And we got to just set the tone in Lambeau and in our division.
Let's go, set the tone and eat some cheese. Tyler, is this a must-win game for the Detroit Lions this week?
You know, Gabby, I don't feel like it's a must-win. Obviously, we've got a lot of good players, great team, it's a long season, but I definitely feel like it's a must-win in the fact that for our city against the Packers, it's going to be one that we definitely want to take and get back up to, 3-1.
The Lions definitely want to take this one. Zach, Hutchinson had quite the week last week. 2 sacks and a fumble recovery. Can he bring the hate to love this week at Lambeau? How many sacks do you think he's going to get this week?
I think we're going to see 2 sacks again, another fumble recovery, and once again, Defensive Player of the Week.
Quick question. Which Lions player is going to make those cheeseheads feel moldy this week?
I'm going with Sam Laporta. I got him in fantasy. I sniped him, so I got to go with my guy,
Sam Laporta for another fantastic week with your Detroit Lions. This is Making the Cut at Lady Jane's.
Man, look at that around here at Lady Jane's. Make sure you guys come check out Lady Jane's. It's a beautiful place here, but a lot of people. Griffin up there. Shout out Griffin.
I played him in fantasy this week. After the fantasy football trade that he offered me, I didn't know he had that in him to know that Sam Laporta is a good call for Sunday.
Yeah, I'm projected to beat him. We do have a caller here before we take that. Just a reminder, 9:40. We'll actually probably do it like 9:42, 9:43. We're gonna do the jersey giveaway. So make sure you guys stick around for that. But Nick, send in the caller. Sounds like we have a caller. Who is
William.
it? Who do we have?
Yeah,
here?
we got William from Grand Haven. William, you're live.
William, can you hear us?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah. Where are you from, William?
I'm from Grand Haven, Michigan. I'm originally from East Michigan.
Where's Grand Haven at?
The west side.
By Lake Michigan.
Okay.
It's like right on the west side. You're headed towards South Bend, headed towards Chicago. It's sort of on the beach.
Little Holland, Michigan.
Yeah, it's right near Holland. It's beautiful.
Okay.
So, William, we got 2 questions for you. Is tomorrow a must-win game for the Detroit Lions? Actually, we'll start there, then we'll get your game prediction after your answer.
I believe, yes, tomorrow's a must-win for the Lions because it's a divisional game, and they got to take down Jordan Love. And they also got to stop Aaron Jones. If they stop Aaron Jones, they'll definitely win the game. I also think the secondary will definitely stop the receivers from getting the ball. I think Brian Branch will definitely stand out in the game.
Yep.
And I think the score prediction will probably be maybe like 27-17.
27-7. I like that too. That's close to cool. I love that.
27-17. He says the secondary is going to lock up the Green Bay wide receivers. That Brian Branch is going to have a big day.
Couple touchdowns, couple field goals. I love that prediction.
William, good call, man. Thank you so much for calling in.
Yeah,
is there anything else, William? Do you have anything else that you want to talk about with the Lions here, or is that everything?
Ooh, I want to see Jack Campbell stand out too.
Ooh, that's a great. We haven't really spoke about Jack Campbell much today. That's a big one.
Did you enjoy
Yes.
seeing him get that sack against the Falcons?
Oh, that was awesome. And the end of the second half, that was pretty cool.
Yeah. Jack Campbell from
I
Iowa.
think
First half, my bad.
Yep, I think we see him a lot more tomorrow. I do. I believe it. William, appreciate you calling in, man. Calling in anytime. Appreciate it. We'll probably do call-ins again next week, or probably Friday, actually, after the game. So appreciate you, William.
Thank you, William. Dude, that Jack Campbell, that's a good call. I feel like this game's, we said before, it's meant for Jack Campbell. If Green Bay is trying to establish that run game, a guy like A.J. Dillon, who knows of Aaron Jones, this is for Jack Campbell.
He's going to be flying around. I think we're going to see him making a bunch of huge plays. And on top of that, we said it yesterday, he came in and he basically, James Houston goes down. Dan Campbell said it. He's kind of taking that spot, filling in that role because you need someone else to. So I think, do we have another caller here, Nick?
Ooh, we got another one.
We've got another caller coming.
Send it.
Who do we have here, Nick?
He's taking a minute here, so we'll keep talking. Jack Campbell, these Iowa guys. Sam Laporta, he just mentioned. And Nick, whenever you're ready, cut in. Oh, you're good. All right, let's go.
Yeah, we're going to go to El Gato in Detroit.
Oh,
El Gato making the call. El Gato, welcome.
Oh, can you hear us?
Yeah, what up, boy?
What's up, El Gato? How you doing tonight?
Yeah, I like your show.
Appreciate that. Hey, I like you in the chat.
I wish you guys had Stick on more often, because Stick is the man.
Stick is the man.
He is. I love Stick. Known Stick for a while. Great
Yo,
guy.
but for real, tomorrow, bro, I think both teams are exhausted, man. I think it's going under.
You like the under. Elgato, I don't hate that because of the short week. Even the teams being tired because of the Sunday games, on top of that, they don't have much time to prepare. And you would think probably, I don't know, in my sense, like in basketball, when I coach basketball, you kind of focus on the defense more before you kind of get into the offense because that usually takes care of itself. I would take the under.
If anything, I'd take Ben Johnson over Green Bay's offensive coordinator.
Oh yeah,
yeah, that's a good one.
And just hope Detroit's defense shows up.
Is there one player on that Green Bay offense that worries you the most?
That Christian Watson, because nobody's seen him.
Yeah,
that's true. And the last time that anyone did see him, pretty sure it was Week 17 versus the Detroit Lions was the last time he was on a football field, and he gave us over 100 yards, or he put up 100 yards on us.
And plus, Aaron Jones is sneaky, bro.
Both rushing and catching the ball out of the backfield.
What's Elgato? What's your score prediction for tomorrow?
Fuck, bro. I don't even know. I think Detroit might get 30.
Ooh, put 30 up in Lambeau. I like that.
30 piece.
But I think that Musgrave is sneaky too.
He's good, and following in the footsteps of Aaron Rodgers, watching these last couple of years, they like to target those tight ends. Jordan Love is starting to develop a little bit of relationship with Musgrave. Not like we're seeing Jared Goff and Sam Laporta, but headed towards that direction. So that's a great call. You went 30 points. You have a Green Bay Packers score?
I'd say 23, but I bet the overtime because the line's only 1.5, so it's going to be close.
You agree with that?
That is true. I took Bob Lions money line there, minus 120. I took it as soon as it opened up. I like that Elgato.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Thank you so much for calling. We really appreciate it. Oh man, this was awesome. Appreciate you supporting the show. Thank you so much, Booner.
Yes.
We're gonna come back. We're gonna give away that Sam Laporta jersey.
Yep. Let me.
So we need you guys to hit that like button in that chat. Hit those hearts. Hit those emojis.
Let me tell you guys about Big Boys, though. Big Boy. Look at those. And appreciate everyone calling in, too. Elgato, William, appreciate you guys. We'll make sure we open it up longer next time. Yeah. But burgers and chicken sandwiches are taking over at Big Boy. It is burgers time. Try the best cheeseburger or the new pretzel bacon cheeseburger. Craving some chicken? Try the Dollar Chicken Sandwich or turn up the heat with the hot chicken sandwich, Bob's hot chicken sandwich. Sorry about that. Upgrade your regular fries, chili cheese fries, loaded baked potato fries. Save some dessert because we have a treat for you. Indulge in some Reese's chocolate peanut butter thunder cake or satisfy that sweet tooth with the funnel cake fries over at Big Boy.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot off the press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Dick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel. Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, two of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder.
Play, practice, and party at 5 Iron Golf, downtown's newest sports bar. They've got 13 TrackMan simulators, certified instructors, and best of all, a full restaurant and bar. Mention promo code Woodward at checkout for 50% off your first visit. Visit 5irongolf.com to tee up the good times. So whether you're a serious golfer like Darren McCarty or you're there for a good time like Sam Flannel, 5 Iron is the spot for you. Again, that's 5irongolf.com. Head there to tee up the good times.
Yes, sir. Welcome back to Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. Wow, my face just looks pale.
Look, we're Oompa Loompas tonight.
This is crazy. Look at that. Kool-Aid's looking for over there like, whoa.
Who are those white
Booner
boys?
even there? Whoa. But welcome back to Woodward Nights. Appreciate you guys all tuning in. My name is Booner, joined by Broder, Jalen, and Nick as always. Make sure you guys hit that like button if you haven't already, please. And as well as subscribe. But
Sammy!
We're giving away a Sam Laporta jersey right now. We've got the winner from our social media page on Woodward Sports. Make sure you guys are keeping an eye out because usually after games, we give away a jersey and we release it right after. You guys can, the steps basically are share the post, follow Woodward Sports, and follow and subscribe
on YouTube.
To YouTube, and as well as kind of tweet at us that you subscribe.
I love these. When they do that, that helps us out so much. But also, this network is growing, and we can't do it without you. This chat, this is my favorite part of doing these shows now, getting to interact with you guys. Like Booner said, we're getting better at focusing on the chat, interacting live. But thanks so much for all of you showing up. I wish you all the best at this.
Yes.
Sam Laporta, it's a jersey I would want.
So, the winner, we have the tweet here. And it's someone, when we got picked out, it's someone that we've seen in the chat before. So, Jen, if you want to throw that tweet up that we have.
Who is it?
It is Britt from IA is the winner of the Sam Laporta jersey giveaway.
Britt from Iowa.
Yes.
Let's go.
So, Britt, you will get a message from us either tonight or tomorrow morning. Probably, most likely tonight. We'll shoot you a message on the Woodward Sports thing to get the information
Britt.
to send you over that jersey. Appreciate all of you guys.
She's in the chat. Let's go. Everyone, hearts for Britt.
Oh, shout out to Britt. Can we just get a bunch of W's in the chat for Britt?
Come on, I love these giveaways. These jerseys are sick.
They are. It's
These
sweet.
are amazing.
Uncle Neil Softfeet said rigged. I don't know. I don't know what else to say.
There will always be someone. I love you, Uncle Neil Softfeet. There will always be someone who feels like it's rigged.
Every time.
So
That's why. But it's all we do so many of them. Eventually, you're going to win one. If you keep doing it, eventually you'll win one. Appreciate you guys. Let's keep getting those W's in there.
W.
But we're going to get into it quickly here because we have a couple minutes before. Again, we're a little behind here. So we've got to get back into break, which sucks. Maybe we'll go over, but we want to get into mailbag. But
yeah,
let's do this here. Let's get into our score predictions. We'll start with the booths here. We'll let you guys give your score predictions, and real quick, and then we'll get into ours here. Nick, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking it's going to be 20-17, the Lions. Let's go, baby. It's going to be the
2017?
20-17, great year. No, it's going to be the final score, 20-17 in Lambeau. Lions win 2 straight in Lambeau. We lock down Jordan Love. It's going to be a low-scoring affair. Lions get the win, going back home 3-1 against the Panthers.
Love it.
Nice.
Did you say your score? I can't. I might have missed
2017.
2017. Geez, 17. Everyone's on 17 here.
I don't know. I've actually thought about it.
Changing mine.
There's field goals involved. Like there's something you just
mine.
think there needs to be a field goal involved. A couple touchdowns. I don't know. There's some psychology behind it. But Mr. Jalen Martin jersey.
Yeah.
What's it called? Martin, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Give me your thoughts on this game and your game prediction.
28-14 Lions.
28-14 Lions.
We're going to score at least 2 touchdowns each half. So, yeah, I'm going to go 28-14. I'm going to go 2 rushing, 2 passing.
Okay. David Montgomery, Jahmyr Gibbs, or maybe Amon-Ra St. Brown on a sweep, maybe Goff?
Go Gibbs, D-Mont, Amon-Ra, and maybe Josh Reynolds. I don't want to say Sam because that's the cliche one, but I'll say that.
Hey, cliches, baby.
Broder,
you coming to me?
Camera's on you.
I'm going to go 31-27. Lions over the Packers. I think it's going to be a gritty game, but I do think there are going to be some touchdowns scored. I think Christian Watson brings an added element, and Aaron Jones coming back. They're going to put the ball in the end zone more than they did against the Saints. But this Detroit Lions offense is yet to hit their stride. I think it starts to happen. I really do. I think this is the time.
Broder, I couldn't agree with you more. I think last week we saw this Packers defense give up 17 points in the first half to the New Orleans Saints, which, if we're being completely honest, the Detroit Lions have a better offense than the New Orleans Saints.
Oh, yeah.
So my prediction for the game, fellas, the Detroit Lions are going to win 31-20 over the Green Bay Packers. I think there's a gap there that you're going to feel comfortable with. I think just like the Saints kind of got off to a hot start, 17-0, Lions will kind of get a little bit of a lead. They're going to keep that lead. Packers might score a little bit at the end, as well as, too, I might have my best bet here. The Green Bay Packers, I thought of this on the show here. You guys are seeing my brain work in motion right now throughout the whole show. That's going to be the thing that you guys get to see if you guys tune in from 8 to 10 every night. You get to see the weird things my brain think of. Green Bay Packers team totals 22.5. Detroit Lions aren't giving up that many points. We're going under 22.5. That might be my biggest play tomorrow. I'll let you guys know on the pregame show tomorrow. That might be it, though.
Oh, plug in the old pregame show.
That might be it.
Dispo Shops plug. That's awesome. We got 5 with Kool-Aid still in the building. We got 5 Lions wins. Awesome. That would put us 3-1 on the season, 1-0 in the division. I like how that sounds. Before Booner tells you about Lady Jane's, quick little plug. Tomorrow morning, I will be live in this studio with Gabrielle D. Phillips and Terry, the legend Terry Foster. We'll be talking Lions Insider Show, Woodward and Main Street. We'll be breaking down this game in a little bit more detail. Tune in before the morning Woodward Show from 7 to 8 tomorrow.
Yes, and I'm going to tell you guys, too, here, we're going to go do a quick break. When we come out, we're going to go into mailbag, so make sure you guys start dropping some questions for the mailbag for the Detroit Lions game tomorrow. But come over to Lady Jane's for haircuts for men's for an award-winning haircut experience. Register to win a trip of your dreams. All expenses paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament. That is right. No expenses spared for you and 5 of your best buds. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It is wicked awesome.
Calling all landscapers. This is Darren McCarty. I'm at Outdoor Equipment Co. How would you like a landscape like a legend? How about a bad boy zero turn? And even a chainsaw. And even a weed whipper. So register today at OutdoorEquipCo.com, and even you could have DMAC on your landscaping crew.
Come hang with the Woodward Sports Crew all throughout football season on Saturdays and Sundays to join our college football and Detroit Lions live watch parties.
Inside the 5, caught, end zone, touchdown Detroit Lions!
With money on the line, featuring different special guests and surprises. Start times will vary depending on the game. Only on our Woodward Sports YouTube channel.
Your home is your most important asset. Flexibility in the sales process is key. When you work with Mark White & Associates, you can cancel at any time, for any reason, without penalty. Speaking of flexibility, check this out. Who you work with matters. Hire the best broker in the game.
Join Woodward Sports and Long Drink live in a couple Sundays from now, when the next Lions home game is, I should remember this date. It's not this Sunday, but it's at Eastern Market in Shed number 5, and it's going to be a bash. It starts at 9:30 a.m., goes up until game time. It is the official Lions tailgate. It's back and better than ever. So pregame with Woodward Sports Network and be treated like a VIP? Question mark? Food, beverages, and entertainment all included. Get your tickets online at bullseyeeventgroup.com.
All right, welcome back to Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. My name is Booner, as always. Broder. Sitting next to me, Matthew Broder, Detroit Lions beat reporter Jalen and TD Booth. Hey. Nick in the sound booth. We still have Kool-Aid sitting there grinding away here. First question I have, mailbag. Make sure you guys drop the questions as well too. Hit that like button before we head out here today. Let's get up to 150 here before we end the stream here and get off for the game tomorrow. But first question, Rusty Shackelford.
Rusty.
How many flags are going to be thrown against the Lions tomorrow?
I hope under 6.
I think there's going to be 2 or 3. There's definitely going to be one that's very questionable. But I've been learning from the best. Darren McCarty, D-Mac's been teaching me on the streams, and all of us who have been at the streams, that give and take. You're going to get some bad ones. They're going to get some too. Yeah. And I've been learning to watch it a little bit better instead of complaining.
Give and take, thrust and release, shake and bake. Mailbag, if we win tomorrow night. This is from Brandon Hasso. What are your thoughts on the division sweep if we win tomorrow night? I got a lot of moolah on the line, boys. Booner, what do you think? They beat the Packers tomorrow. Do you think they go 5 in a row the rest of the year?
Oh, man, I don't know. That's tough. That's really tough. I think they drop a couple, or at least one or
a couple.
I mean, you would
got the Bears in the division.
Maybe one. In the division.
Yeah.
I thought. Okay, I apologize. I was reading more questions. More questions. All I heard was, will they drop a few in the next 5 games? I didn't hear division.
Gotcha.
If they win tomorrow, they win. They go 6-0 in the division.
Yes.
If they win tomorrow,
I'm with you too.
Tomorrow's the one that they could possibly lose because it's at Lambeau. Great question.
Kalamazoo says, mailbag, who is your team MVP through 3 weeks? We'll do a quick around the horn on this too.
Quick one.
Yeah.
Aiden Hutchinson.
Nice, Nick.
Jalen, my bad here. I'm going Brian Branch.
Come on.
I think it's everybody's a little bit, but it's Brian Branch.
I was thinking about him.
That's so whack, man. You know, I'll go Sam.
Laporta, that's a good one too. You could argue Penny Sewell, Frank Gregg. Now I'm gonna go Jared Goff, quarterback, QB1, number 16. Jared Goff. Next question.
I gotta kill Nick.
You got one lined up?
I do not. I'm reading here.
Hey, I'm not judging.
How about this? Colton's cardboard ass mailbag. I'm just gonna say in this studio, who can do the most push-ups?
Me for sure. Not even close.
How many?
I probably do the least.
I'd probably do about 40 or so.
Okay, yeah, I can't get up that high.
I'll do the least tomorrow. I'm just gonna call it out.
Y'all don't want to go there.
I got long arms. That's my excuse.
You said I got you guys in the studio, and then you dropped 40 as your big number. That's what we're rocking with. 40.
I could do 40 or 50. We could put a little wager on it, you know.
I'm just saying 40 is not like crazy outrageous.
I've got the least. Denver Blair Millsack.
Yep.
I believe Cameron Sutton will ball out and have 2 interceptions. Two is a lot. That's a big number. Maybe he'll have one though. I'm telling you, Jordan Love throws a pick tomorrow. I don't know what the bet is on it. That might be part of my best bets tomorrow as well. Added on the under 22.5.
That's a great one. Elgato. Lions lose tomorrow, so NFL wants them winning TG. I don't know what TG stands for. But thank you so much for the donation, Elgato, and thanks for the call. Bet.
Mailbag, Jordan Love, better or worse than Ritter? Probably closer than the most thing. Warning Woodward Show said it the best. I think Ritter's probably the bottom 5, and Love, you could probably say bottom 10, maybe bottom 15.
I don't know. There's some bad quarterbacks in the league.
Yeah.
I'll put him, he's better than Ritter. I'll put him.
Jordan Love's better than Ritter for sure.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
I need to see a little more out of him. We'll see how he performs against the Lions here coming up.
Man. Both of those guys, this is their first year ever starting in the NFL. It's hard to know through 3 or 4 games what they are.
This is a good one. This is a good one from IT Hips. Mailbag, over under 3 times that Dan Campbell goes on 4th down. Goes for it on 4th. 3 times going for it on 4th.
Under.
You think he's going to go? What if I changed it to 2? You think he goes for it once?
Once. Twice.
Right.
I just don't think it's like one of those situations where I don't think they're going to be in the position to where they're going to have to. They're going to be on 4th downs for sure, but at some point you're going to be up and you're going to want to control the game. And to control the game, put the ball in the best player's hands. Guess who that best player is?
Who?
Jack Fox.
Facts! Fox is facts.
I keep seeing Thanksgiving here. I don't know. What's this Thanksgiving thing about? Everyone's putting Thanksgiving.
That's when the Lions play the Packers. Is there some context to that? That's their next game against the Packers. But what about this one from Eric Burrow? He goes, mailbag, are the Lions ready for a primetime game? And do you think the rookies show out?
Who is that from?
That's from Eric Burrow.
Shout out Eric Burrow.
Long-time listener.
Are they ready for a primetime game? Eric, I see you all the time in the chat. I love you, man. They already played primetime week 1, and they were ready for it.
Oh, yeah.
They dominated. They won that game. Right before that game, too, they were primetime versus the same team at the same location, Lambeau Field. Guess what? Ready for that. Won that game. They are more than ready. I would think this team, if they're not ready, I'm worried if they show up and they're not ready.
I'm with you. Just look at their leaders. Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jared Goff. Jared Goff plays big time in primetime games. That one against Patrick Mahomes.
We had a donation here. Did you read that Elgato's yet?
Elgato. How about this one and keep it clean? All of you guys keep it clean in here. Steve Lehman says, mailbag, what will it take for Goff to show that he needs to be extended? Keep it clean.
Just keep. Was there something bad in it? I didn't see it.
No, just it was
12-5, win the division, win a playoff game. Boom.
Broder,
Come on,
man.
baby.
Hey, Loreno said Neil Rule confirmed today that Booner is his son. You know what? If he confirmed that, that is news to me. I must be adopted, and he must be my biological dad, and I have no clue.
That's funny. First time I heard that, I feel like I fell off my dinosaur.
Jeez, man.
Yeah.
Broder with these jokes that don't make sense.
That's a Step Brothers line.
I know. I'm just kidding. I love. Hey, shout out Step Brothers. Did we just become best friends?
Yeah.
All right.
So much room for activities. Mailbag, do you think Emmanuel Mosley will make some noise? Emmanuel Mosley. I personally don't think he's going to play tomorrow. Maybe we see him for a series, but I don't believe so.
We appreciate you guys all tuning in real quick. Elgato, bro, TG means Thanksgiving. Duh. Come on, Broder. You give out all these jokes. Know the sayings. Appreciate you guys all tuning in to Woodward Nights.
How about an X-giving or a T-giving?
Oh, my God. I don't know what he's saying. We love you all, though. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure tomorrow, listen, Morning Woodward Show. Big D Energy, Ermanni and Edwards, heavyweights, I believe from 5 to 6:15 or something like that. And then right after 6:30 to 8, pregame show. I'll be right here, Jeff Iafredi, and 7 a.m. tomorrow.
Thank you.
Woodward and Maine with our own Matthew Broder. Make sure you guys tune in. We love you all. Hit that like button before you go. Let's get to 150. See you guys Friday from 8 to 10 p.m.
Toodles, my G.